How's it going, everyone? Oh, excuse me. Oh. Oh, wow, the delay is real this time on between me and Twitch. Anyway, so we're finally back for some Trails Tuesday. Hopefully this won't be as short as it was last week. Hopefully also it won't be as cutscene riddled. I don't remember exactly how many cutscenes there are between actual events and from this point on. Alright, so what is it? I had just left off finishing these 3 events here, so I think... Oh, right, cheat sheet. Where is my cheat sheet? Where did my cheat sheet... Oh, there it is. I was like, where the heck did my cheat sheet go? Ah, no, I did not want to... I did not want to replace that window. I said specifically to replace this window, but whatever. I didn't want to do that, so we're just going to do this. Oh, that was Reen making noise. I was like, what the hell? It is the 27th. That's Side Quest Watchtower, Side Quest Return to Zender. When you finish the field assignments, return to Gaius' house for an event. The game will move to evening. You will be given new field assignments. Before you do your field assignments, there's a hidden quest located in the Imperial border. Okay. I see you finished all of this morning's tasks. Yeah, we hit all the essential ones. Good work, everyone. Oh, right, hang on. Lower that down a bit. Raise this up a bit. There we go. Now it's not blocking anything, and I can still hear, and I can, it's still in a good position. The mic. The food's almost ready. Just give it a little more time. Looks like we came back right on time then. Is it luck or intuition? Either way, there's more than enough to go around. I'm sure you must be starving after riding all over the plains this all morning. Well, I am pretty hungry. Riding can be surprisingly strenuous. It smells wonderful. I think the scent is starting to make me even hungrier. Me too. Hey, no eating before it's done. Anyway, let me thank you for working hard this morning. Take a seat. We'll begin our midday meal in just a minute. That really hit a spot. I still want to eat more, but my stomach is protesting. That non-flatbread you made was really delicious. It tastes so fresh now. It tasted so fresh, too. I don't know what happened with reading that part. I baked it on a kind of collapsible stove. I'm glad you liked it. I doubt you see bread like that much in the Empire. Ooh, I don't think I could eat another bite. Sheeta's tea was a wonderful finish to the meal, too. Yeah. Must have been practicing quite a bit while I've been away. Your tea etiquette was perfect as well. I hope you will continue to learn and improve. Thank you. Sheeta got praised by the cool boy. Lily. It looks like you were able to recover your strength. Hopefully, you're ready to start thinking about the afternoon tasks. Oh, yes. Of course. Shall we get started? Shall we get started on the clearing? Shall we get started on the clearing up first, then? Oh, you don't need to worry yourself with that. Oh no. I would feel terrible if you had to do it all on your own. Then we should begin. A visiting cameraman by the name of Norton has left for the Northern Highlands unaccompanied. I would like you to go after him and ensure his safety, but first please visit me at my home, as I have more to tell you. Offense, she, blah, blah, okay. And, okay. There are only a few, but they all seem pretty challenging. Not to mention tedious. This afternoon, I'd like you to turn your attention towards the Northern Highlands. You may need to travel to the south as well, though, which will give you a lot of ground to cover. I left some fresh horses near the northern exit, so just head out that way when you're ready to leave. Thank you. All right, everyone, let's do this. We should swing by and visit the Elder first, since he's the client for our only essential request this afternoon. That seems sensible. Okay, let's pay the Elder a visit. Take care, everyone. But before we do any of that... Hi, Toma. Hey, Toma. What's wrong? Don't you have a date with Charles about now? What? What's that supposed to mean? Besides, it's not today anyway. Hang on. What do you even know about that? That's a secret. I can switch with you. I can switch with you and do your chores if you want to go and see her. You don't need to. I mean, I'm not even ready yet. All right, off to the base.
Yeah.
Oh, how I wish there was fast traveling to Zendergate. Oh, right. I did forget to also thank my new follower who followed while I was in the wait period. Thank you for the follow, Claire, and thank you for helping me reach 37 followers. I'm only 3 away now from hitting the big 40, which is a big step towards my goal of being affiliated. Oh, why did I come over here? Hi, Charles. Gaius? Wow, I didn't know you were back. It's not like we just talked a couple, the other day. Hey, Charles. It's been a while. How are things going with Toma? They're going fine. He even took me down to the settlement on the back of his horse not too long ago. It was really fun, too. Everyone there's so kind, and their lifestyle's so interesting. I'm glad to hear. Toma was happy about having a friend his age from Erebonia, too. Here's hoping the two of you continue to get along. Of course. Hey, Gaius. Something wrong, Charles? Oh no, it's nothing like that, but... Would you mind if I asked you something? Of course, go on. Really? Well then, you wouldn't happen to know what Toma's favorite color is, would you? I can't say for sure. I think he's told me before, but I just can't remember. Sorry. Oh. Hey, you're the girl who Toma likes to visit, aren't you? Are you planning on giving him something? I... thought so. What exactly did you have in mind? Well, I was actually thinking about making him a scarf. That sounds like a good idea. Ah, so that's why you wanted to know his favorite color. Could you keep this a secret from him? I want it to be a surprise, so please. Of course, don't worry. We promise we won't tell him. Though the issue of what color to make it still remains. Would asking him yourself be out of the question, Gaius? I'm not sure that would be wise. It's not really something we would normally talk about, so it might strike him as odd if I ask out of nowhere. Yeah, I can see him getting suspicious. That's not true for the rest of us, though. We should be able to slip it into a conversation without him catching on. He'll never suspect anything like that. Yeah, that should work. Let's go ask him then, shall we? Thank you so much. Ah, wrong button. Alright, time for more back and forth.
Yeah.
Ah, wrong button. Right, I forgot I had turbo mode off. That's why I wasn't hearing the rapid clacking of hooves on ground. Ooh, that was a close one. I almost actually ran right into that monster without realizing. Alright, almost back to the settlement. And there's Toma. Looking good, Toma. Hey, everyone. Did you need something from me? Oh, no. We were just impressed by how hard you're working. You've been going at it since this morning. Aren't you tired? Not at all. I'm not quite as strong as Gaius is, but I still have a duty to set a good example for Sheeta and Lily. That's quite the respectable mindset. It must be nice to have a sibling as adorable as yours, Gaius. Thanks. What can I say? I'm proud to be his bro. Hey. It's kind of embarrassing to have that said to your face, isn't it? That aside, I'm sort of curious about those outfits you and the others wear. Are they all handmade? Of course. The fibers used to make them come from our sheep here. And the dyes we use on them mainly come from plants. Although we also use certain ores and soil to color them too. Each color has a specific meaning as well. White represents the earth, blue represents the sky. Then there's green, which ties it all together, representing the wind and harmony. That's fascinating. Yeah, I didn't realize there was that much meaning behind them. Can I ask which of the three colors you like the best? I think I'd have to go for green myself. The wind is kind of special to us, after all. That certainly makes sense. I should have guessed as much. What's wrong? Did I say something weird? Come to think of it, I didn't really give the rest of you a chance to say anything, did I? I'm sorry. No need to worry. You were just answering our questions, after all. Well, if you say so. Anyway, we should probably let you get back to work. Indeed. We have our own tasks to get back to as well. Yeah, you're right. Good luck with the rest. Good luck with the rest, then, Telma. Thanks. Be careful out there. All right, we have the color.
Yeah.
And away we go. Oh, this is awkward doing with one hand right now. Especially since I can't camera correct. Ah, why did I have to try to open a bottle? Woo! I did it with one hand. Ah, stop getting caught on geometry. Oh, hello everyone. Did you manage to find anything out? Yeah. Seems like green's his favorite color. Really? Did he mention why? He said it's because green represents the wind to the people of Nord. Ah, that makes perfect sense then. The wind's as special to them as Adios herself, after all. You really care for Toma, don't you? That's not... Well, he is an important friend, is all. Either way, thank you for asking him. Now I don't need to waste time worrying about what color to make it. Glad to be of help. I wish you luck with that. Thank you. Oh, yeah. I gotta give you guys something in return for helping me out like that. Here, please take this. It's one of our more famous dishes here. Thanks. Oh, excuse me. All right, now to actually get to my work. Even though that just gives me bonus points, which, you know, necessary for... Oop,
Let's get going.
not me to do that.
Yeah.
Alright, so we got that done. So now, quest chapter... I would like to hold a lesson for this room. If you're willing, please come speak to me. Okay, so let's take care of these two, then we'll...
Let's get
Get
going.
back here,
Yeah.
horse. Then we'll go and do the cameraman quest. Seeing as if I accidentally complete the cameraman quest, I forget if I accidentally complete that quest, if it forces me to progress in the story or not. I don't want that to happen, so we're just going to not do it until I finish the other two. Alright, I think that's who I need to speak to trigger the school, the school one, the lessons one. Oh, I've been waiting for you all. Did you have a look at my request? We did. You want us to hold a class for the children, right? What do you want us to teach them, though? Don't worry. It's nothing too difficult. I just want you to teach them a little bit about Erebonia. I see. That explains why you asked us, then. This is a good chance for them to learn about life outside the settlement. They attend Sunday school, so they're fine in regards to regular studies. Might I ask how Sunday school is carried out here? A traveling priest comes by once a month to hold it. We really can't be thankful enough for all his efforts. When you think about it, the sheer amount of work the church does on such a huge scale really is amazing. Indeed, it's all thanks to the goddess's generosity. Do you have the time to help? If so, I'll call the children over. Yes, we're ready when they are. Thank you. Oh, I meant to say, we want this to be similar to Sunday school. So we'd like just one of you to serve as the teacher. Feel free to pick among yourselves, though keep in mind that Gaius isn't a candidate. Who's the ideal candidate for this then? If I remember correctly, oh, it doesn't really matter who you pick. I believe each of us would have our own unique things to teach here. That's true. I think it might be best to go with Emma, though. Actually, I believe you would be the best candidate for this ring. Ah, okay, I don't get to pick. What? I was thinking the same thing myself, actually. Social standing's pretty important in Erebonia, and there's a broad variety of opinions about it. But you're kind of a special case, Reen. That's true. His unique position allows him to discuss things from a relatively unbiased point of view. But I think you'd be a good choice, Reen. Even taking your position out of the equation, you're almost always the center of our class anyway. Well, I suppose I can't say no if everyone feels that way, can I? Alright then, I'll do it. Thanks. Well, looks like we're ready to begin. Wonderful. I'll gather the children right away. By the children, you just mean Sheeta, Lily, and random boy A. Is that everyone? I don't see Toma anywhere, though. Toma's part of the older group in Sunday school, so... Yeah, he's got work to do. He's got work to do, too, so he can't come. I see. I was hoping he'd be here. I was hoping he'd be here, too. Well, let's get started, then. I'm so excited. I'm glad to hear it. I guess I should introduce myself first. I'm Reen Schwarzer. My friends and I came here from Thor's Military Academy. Thor's Military Academy? You're from the same academy as Gaius, then. School's for studying stuff, right? What do you study there? Well, we get taught all kinds of things, really. There are the basic subjects like history and math, but being a military academy, we also learn the art of combat. That's the same stuff Lacan and everyone else uses to fight monsters, isn't it? That's so cool. I see you've got a boyish side to you after all. Yeah, despite being a little scaredy cat. I am not. Hey now. There's no need for teasing. Hey! How far is the academy from here? How far? In terms of distance? You came here on something called a train, didn't you? Could you tell us how long that trip took? Oh, that makes it a bit easier. In that case, if we take the transfer time out of the equation, then we were on the train for about 8 hours, I'd say. That's pretty far. Dad told me the trains are fast. Dad told me that trains are fast too. So it still took that long even then? It must be super far away then. It really is. Though the fact that we still made it here in a day is pretty amazing. Yeah. It'd have taken a lot longer by horse. Can I ask you something? Of course. Right. What's the biggest place in Erebonia, then? That would be Heimdall, which is our capital. Heimdall. That's a cool name. Yeah, it sounds strong. That's a unique way to judge it. How many people live there? From what I remember, it's around 800,000 people. 800,000? Is that a lot? Seems like they can't comprehend a number that big just yet. Then again, I can't imagine that many people in one place either. You're not the only one. Of course, you'd never actually see that many people all at once. He seems to be doing just fine. So it seems. A lot of it's common knowledge, though. Well, I'm glad to see them learning something. He's not a bad teacher. If anyone has any further questions, please feel free to ask. Can I ask something then? Of course. What is it? How long ago was Thor first built? Gaius told me all about it, all about how it has a long history, but I've forgotten when exactly it was made. Thor was founded around 220 years ago, roughly 30 years after the War of the Lions ended. The founder was none other than Emperor Dreykels, a legendary figure in the Empire, and even here in the Highlands. Founding the Academy was one of the last things he did before he passed away. That's a long time ago. I didn't know that Emperor Dreykels was the one who founded it. I know who he is too. He was friends with our ancestors, wasn't he? Yeah, he won the war and became the most important person in Erebonia. Yep. That's how he became the Emperor. Hearing you all talk about him really goes to show how deep his connection with Nord was. So is there anything else you'd like to know? Me, I have a question. Well, it's almost time for us to finish up for the day. Is there anything else you'd like to know before then? I think I've asked everything. I can't think of anything else either. You two really did ask a lot. Oh, yeah. Seems like she's not all out just yet. You talked about them before, but what are nobles? Well, you see, there's been a class system in place within Erebonia for a long time now. What's a class system? Could you give me a few minutes to think? I'm not entirely sure how I should answer this. Can I ask as well now that it's been brought up? Go ahead. I'm not sure if either of them will really understand if you try to explain normally, so could you give us your own thoughts on nobles instead? That might make things easier to understand. That makes giving an answer easier too. Wow, things escalated quickly, didn't they? Indeed. I wonder what he'll answer. This is still a bit tough, but I don't think there's really a right or wrong answer. So I'll just have to answer with my heart, I guess. To me, I think nobles are all about the bonds they have with their family. Oh? This is mostly from my own perspective, really, and it's not something exclusive to nobles either, but they feel a sense of companionship through the family name that they've been born with. That very sense is what supports them through life and inspires them to work as much as they can to live up to it. I'm probably not explaining it too well, but that's how I feel. I see. I'm just rambling now. Sorry. No, it's okay. I learned a lot from what you've told us. I didn't really get it, but you sounded really cool. Yeah! So that's how he feels. That was a really thoughtful response. One very like him as well. It was. I'm very impressed, to be honest. Regardless, that should be enough for today. Make sure to thank him now, everyone. Thank you very much. You're welcome. Let me give you something to thank you for taking the time to teach the children. I believe that was a very valuable experience for all of them. I hope they got what I was trying to say. It wasn't exactly the easiest subject matter. We could tell you were really enthusiastic, though, and I think the kids picked up on that too. Hi, Toma. Your answer to the final question was rather impressive as well. Yeah, looks like the kids aren't the only ones who learned something new today. I got so caught up in the details that I couldn't really explain myself properly. But I'm glad you guys think I did okay. You should have some more confidence in yourself. At any rate, here's your compensation for playing teacher today. Thank you very much, ma'am. Well then, I wish you the best of luck with that field study of yours. May the blessing of the wind and the goddess be with you. Let me double check something. Oh, excuse me. And back to the cheat sheet. Okay, so now where's the next person I need to talk to? There you are. Hey there. Well, I was waiting for you. How in the world did the fence end up like this? Your guess is as good as mine. Seems like it got broken sometime just before noon. Unfortunately, some of the sheep have managed to escape too. I doubt there's any need to worry about monsters getting them, because they're surprisingly fast. But would you be able to go out and find them for me? Gladly. How many sheep managed to escape? 5 of them in total, based on their hoof prints. It seems like 3 went north and 2 went south. I'd honestly like to go search for them myself, but I need to get this fence fixed up first. Otherwise, the rest of them will make a break for it as well. Don't worry, we'll take care of them. Shall we begin the search immediately then? That's probably the best idea. Especially with how vast the highlands are. We'll need to make some preparations of our own before leaving, though. I agree. Heading out there with insufficient supplies is foolhardy. Right then. Let's start once we're ready. I'm already set. So he said 3 went north, 2 went south. Let's go south first.
Yeah.
And I just need to keep an eye on the mini-map up top, because that'll give me the marker of where the hell they are. So one is there and one is there. Okay. Wait. Ah, fuck. Anyway, it's better if I go after this one first, and then the other one, since I'll be closer to the.
Yeah.
Since I'll be closer then. There's sheep number 1. Found one. I'm surprised it managed to come all the way out here. What are we going to do with the sheep we find? I'll lead the sheep back to the settlement with my horse. But we should leave. But we should leave. But we should leave guiding them back until after we found all 5. Okay. Well, okay. We'll leave that to you then. Sheep number 2 is this way.
Yeah.
Is that one of them? Yep. That's one of the sheep we're looking for. Whew. That's 2 of them. Yeah. No, yeah. There's still a few more out there, though.
Yeah.
Alright, off to get sheep numbers 3 through 5 in the Northern Highlands. Also, I can finally go to the Northern Highlands. Okay, so I have to talk to the elders first. Then I can go to the Northern Highlands. Elders' hut is this way. Welcome. Excuse me. I assume you've seen our request. We did. It mentioned that a cameraman's made his way out of the settlement on his own. That's correct. He goes by the name Norton, and is currently residing here on a vacation of sorts. I believe he said he works for a company called the Imperial Chronicle. I wasn't expecting to hear that name out here. He was quite fervent about the idea of taking photographs of something in the northern region of the Highlands. I planned on having you all escort him there in the afternoon, but apparently he was unable to wait until then, and he took off by horse on his own. Really, how childish. I assume he simply couldn't control his passion as a photographer. He must be really taken by whatever it is. There are many ruins from the ancient Neolithic civilization in the northern region of the Highlands. It's likely that he went to visit the statue of the Guardian there. Oh, one second. Excuse me. Guardian? What exactly is this statue? It's one of the most symbolic of ancient relics here in Nord. Legend has it that the Guardian it represents sealed away an evil Jinn within the ancient quarry to the north. Wow. That's quite the grandiose legend. At any rate, we should catch up with him as soon as possible. Monsters aren't the only reason the northern region can be dangerous. It's not an area those not from Nord should be traveling across alone. Could you please find him for us and keep him safe? Understood. Leave it to us. Let's make our way there immediately then. Indeed. We'll need to leave the settlement through the northern entrance. I leave this in your hands then. Take care now. Okay, that's all done with. Now I can finally go to the north and get the rest of the sheep. The wind here feels so nice. Agreed. It has a different flavor of freshness to it than the wind in the southwestern highlands. Oh? That's due to all the sheer cliffs around here. It gives the wind in this area a unique feel. The wind takes many forms and bestows countless blessings on the people of Nord. Well, I can see why your people place such importance on the wind. Yeah, and the view here is just as nice as the vistas in the southwest too. Anyway, if we're all rested up, we should get. What's wrong? Oh, nothing really. I was just looking at the cliff over there. Is it just me? Or does it look like there's something buried in it? Like some kind of giant? What are you going on about? There's no way some... What in Adios' name is that? I have no idea. Some kind of statue, maybe? Do you think it's related to the stone circle in the southern reaches of the Highlands? Honestly, we don't know all that much about it ourselves. It's an ancient statue said to be... Oh, sorry, something caught my attention on my phone. It's an ancient statue said to be the guardian of the Nord Highlands. A guardian? No, a guardian, huh? I guess it does give that kind of impression. Emma? Emma, you alright? Oh, sorry. I was just stunned speechless by the statue. Well, I can't say I don't understand the feeling of awe. I wonder how massive it must look when you're up close. I'd imagine it's more than likely that the photographer we're seeking is in that area. So we'll need to venture closer regardless. By the way, if you head northeast of the statue, you'll find an ancient quarry. And to the northwest is the scenic Lake Lacrima. It's always helpful to get the lay of the land, so there's no harm in visiting both of those sites too. Makes sense to me. All right, let's get moving. All right, so boom, boom. Homie's there. He gets to wait his turn.
Let's get going.
Highlands North. Okay, I have everything scanned.
Yeah. There's mist in the distance.
Yeah, it's even higher here than the Southern Highlands.
Wait. Fuck, there was something I haven't seen, but unless I've seen somewhere. No, okay. So that is something I'm gonna have to fight.
Yeah. Whoa, the wind's behind us. Here we go. Let's go. Now's our chance.
I'll help.
You're finished.
It's my turn. Fire!
All right.
It's my turn. Analyzing the enemy's vitals. I've got it.
Go. Now's our chance.
I'll help. It's my turn.
All right. Move there. Now.
I've got you.
You're mine. Together.
That potentially means that there might be stuff in the southern Highlands that I didn't. Yeah, well, I have to go back to the Southern Highlands anyway. I'll have to go back to the Southern Highlands later anyway for story-related stuff. So, no skin off my back. Here we go. Looks like this one didn't stray too far from the settlement. Yeah. I believe this is the third sheep. Seems so. Let's keep searching. Okay.
Yeah.
Alright, that's something I've already fought.
turn.
It's my turn. Analyzing the
I don't know how in
Leave
3
it to me.
playthroughs I've never scanned these things once. Or 2 playthroughs, I should say.
They're open.
I've got you. I can do this. Oh no, you've done open range. Go.
Here. Go. Sit. Go.
I'll help.
Here we go. Ha!
Yeah, here.
Leave it to me. There. Yeah.
Ah. I'm hitting like every wrong button right now, but the one I want to hit.
Yeah.
Alright. Chest, the treasure chest that way. Ah, it's a monster chest.
It's a treasure chest. Here they come.
Never like the way she says ah.
All right.
Leave it to me.
this.
It's my turn. Hang in there. Thank you very much. Are you alright? Yeah.
Alright, big boop gun.
Are you alright? Are you alright?
All right. Here we go. There.
I can do this. Fire! Now.
I'm sorry.
The big boop didn't kill them?
Arcus,
Leave it to me. They're open.
I've got you. Ha!
Thanks. I'm sorry.
Oh, cool.
everyone.
Okay, that didn't work out at all. No, that just heals. No, that heals. Where's the one that... Oh, he's just out of my range. Cool. Okay. Okay, what are you weak to? Earth.
Arcus,
Leave it to me.
activate. Right. Now.
It's my turn.
Alright. Time... Oh, cool. They're not close enough to... Oh, no, they are. I'm just mega boop them.
I go where the
Should have
wind
just done
takes
that to begin with. Alright, I got another Byakko.
Wow, that's one towering waterfall. I'll say, it must be at least a 500 arch drop.
Alright, item.
Yeah.
Seeing as Rena's like my main DPS guy, I do want to heal him.
Oh, we made it all the way to where that giant statue is.
It looks even more massive the closer we get.
To get right in front of it, we'll need to go around the cliff. Yeah.
Good thing I
With a
don't want to
large
go there just
monster,
yet.
We'll need to be careful.
Actually thinking about it though, if Emma wasn't able to one-shot like that, it might be time to upgrade her. Oh yeah, no, that's something I'm gonna be once again worrying about once it's time to play Persona. Wait, you know, Arts EP. No, excuse me. I'm thinking of yeah, Arts is that. So yeah, no, that's correct. Might be time to just replace Silverbell with the Brahma Gem. Okay, I don't think there's much else I can do to upgrade Emma at this point. I think I have her pretty much set in stone. There's no really upgrading anyone else yet. Reen, we can upgrade. I don't want to go straight to Defense 3, but it really doesn't look like there's any other choice. Well, I could replace. It's the same defense, but it gives him a bit extra strength. So I could give him that, but I'd rather not. Right. Actually, I should have Emma with that. The Ecology is endgame, but I guess we'll give him impenetrable shield. Problem is there's nothing to take off of her to give her the Dragon's Vein. Because I need all the EP cuts that are on right now until I at least get EP cut 3. And cast 2 is too useful to take off because trying to cast Altair Cannon here is already takes forever. She's gonna learn better stuff. So you know what? Hang on. Yeah, alright. Replace that with Dragon's Vein. I'd rather have her EP constantly healing when I'm moving around. Oh. I walked away from the monster box.
There seems to be a treasure chest here. If it's a fight they want. Here we go!
Alright, round 2. And I'm not playing games. Oh, right. You have no CP. We are playing games right now.
It's my turn. Hang in there. Thank you very much. Are you all right?
You're mine! Huh.
It's my turn.
Alright, Clown Soleus.
It's my turn. Here we go. Flame.
Right.
There we go.
Keep going.
That's how a boop cannon is supposed to
Just
work.
getting started. I'm not. Yeah.
Alright. I passed where the second, where the fourth sheep is. So gotta go back down.
Yeah.
There it is. It appears to be safe. That's a relief. That's 4 sheeps now. Yep. Just 1 more to go. And to get to number 5... Okay, I just stay the course here. Which also gets me the rest of the chests here.
That looks like
Nope,
a
you leave me
strong
alone,
one.
Big Bird.
Be careful.
Earth Pulse.
Yeah.
Two chests there, and then the sheep.
Yeah. What a large monster. We'll need to be careful.
And last but not least, sheep number 5, which is being attacked by monsters. Over there! Wait! Is that 3 of them? All together? No. No, those are monsters.
Winds, leave it to me. Here we go.
I can do this. Fire! Yeah! Here!
Here we go.
Right!
Really?
Fire!
It's my turn.
Okay. Let's keep
Wow,
going.
everyone but fucking Elisa missed until Emma finally hit it. Whew, that was unexpected. It really was. Alright. That should be all of them now. Good, good. We should let Watari know that we found all of them. Excuse me. And there we go. All fixed up. Everything should be fine now, I hope. Yeah. They won't be getting... No, they won't be able to get out... No, they won't be able to get out again. Thanks for tracking them all down. I'm sure they're relieved to be back with their buddies. It certainly looks that way. I'm amazed by how well Gaius led them back here. Likewise. It wouldn't have been nearly as simple a task for the rest of us. It's just a matter of experience. Either way, the sheeps are safe now. So here, take this as my thanks. Did these come from the sheep? Yep. It's good stuff. So eat up whenever you're feeling hungry. Thank you very much. Alright, time to go finally say hi to the photographer that decided he wanted to go wandering off on his own in a very dangerous area where monsters could say hi to him at any freaking moment.
Yeah.
Alright, now we're in. At least I'm doing more stuff than I was last week. Alright, homie should be right about here. Impressive. I was taken aback by the size of the stone circle in the southern highlands, but this is on a whole different level. Oh, hello. What brings you all out here? Come to get a good look at the statue, too? Oh, do you think he's... Are you Norton, by chance? Yeah, that's me. Have we met before? Do you have some business with me? Phew! We finally found you. We should bring him up to speed. Sounds like I've caused some unnecessary worry for the people of the settlement. We should get back right away. Or rather, I'd like to, but I still haven't finished taking all the photographs I need. Would you mind waiting a bit while I finish up? Well, I can't really fault you for being fascinated. It really is impressive. I doubt there's anything like this anywhere else on the continent. Actually, it might surprise you to know that there is. This isn't the only such statue I'm aware of. There's a similar statue on Brionia Island, way out to the west. Wait, Brionia Island? Isn't that where Group B was sent? Huh. I had no idea there were more of these. I had no idea there were more of these around. No one knows any more about the statue on Brionia Island than they do about this one. But I'm currently taking pictures of ruins and ancient sites like this. Taking photographs of this area was the reason I came to the Nord Highlands in the first place. Ooh, excuse me. Gaius told us that the people of Nord referred to this statue as the guardian of the region. Yeah. The old legends say that the statue was here long before our ancestors came from the east, and that they settled in this land only with its permission. When I saw it, I was immediately reminded of the legend of the Great Knight. You know, now that you mention that, I feel like I've heard that name somewhere before. No doubt, the tale originated during the Dark Ages, and spread throughout the Empire. When the land roils with the tide of war, a colossal knight, wreathed in flame, will come forth to quell the conflict. That's the general gist of it, anyway. What do you mean by that? Well, each region has its own variant of the tale. They all maintain a knight at the central figure. But like all such tales, its veracity is questionable at best. Though it's certainly one of the most mysterious of the legends passed down in the Empire. I see. It does seem like this statue could mesh with the story too. I wonder if they're related somehow. What was that? Are you okay? I'll be alright. Nothing to worry about. Anyway, I've come all the way out here. So would you mind waiting until I'm done photographing the site? I promise I'll head back to the settlement with you as soon as I'm done. Huh. Well, it doesn't seem like the wildlife has much of an interest in this area. He should be safe here. He should be safe here on his own, even if we head out somewhere else for a while. Agreed. I'm pretty much done. All right then. We'll stay here until you've finished up. Okay. I'll try not to keep you waiting too long. Whew, we're finally back in the settlement. Thanks a million for escorting me back here. I really appreciate it. Thanks to you, I was able to photograph the statue to my heart's desire. I'm just glad you've made it back safe and sound. Oh, excuse me. Yeah, Let's go tell the others. No, let's go tell the elder. There seems to be quite a commotion over there. Huh? That's... It looks like there's been an accident. It looks like there's been an orbital car accident. But why here? Isn't that the gentleman we fulfilled a request for this morning? The very same. That's the settlement's doctor, Amr. He couldn't have been the one responsible, could he? Never mind that. We need to go and take a closer look. Amr, are you hurt? Gaius. I'm alright. Sorry for worrying you. What happened here? I was on my way back from gathering herbs in the mountain forest to the north, when all of a sudden I just lost control of the vehicle. Was anyone injured? I suffered a few bumps and bruises, but other than that, fortunately not. I'm just relieved that I didn't end up hurting anyone. I'm glad to know your injuries are light, Amr. Thanks be to the wind and the goddess. Still, how does one lose control of a vehicle in an area open and free of obstructions as this? Did you simply lose your concentration for a moment? No, of course not. This car's extremely important to all of us here. I wouldn't dream of driving it carelessly. I'm still not sure what caused it. When I was nearing the settlement, the steering wheel started to feel oddly stiff. Fortunately, the brakes were still functional. Otherwise, I dread to think what might have happened. I see. Elisa? Let's see. Elisa, do you know how to... Do you think you can work out what went wrong? Probably. You might say it runs in the family. How could I forget? It stands to reason that the scion of the Rhineford group would be quite handy in mechanical matters. Even if she does pretend she wants nothing to do with her family anymore. Could you mind your own business? What you say, though, it's not as true as it used to be. They have some professional engineers at the Rhineford company now, who can't even perform basic maintenance work. Wow, standards in high education must be slipping. When you compare it to the Zeiss Central factory in Liberl, the Rhineford group is getting far too big for its own good. All those giant vertical structured divisions, each with their own subdivision. It sounds as though becoming the Empire's largest corporation brought its own share of new issues. So have you managed to figure out what the problem was? I think so. It looks like there was a contact failure in the quartz circuits near the engine. That's probably why you suddenly had difficulty steering, even though it was fine just before. I see. Do you think you can repair it? I doubt it. I can diagnose, but I'm no technician. I think we'll need to call in a professional to fix it. I suppose that means we'll have to ask someone from Zendergate. I'm impressed. I can see that Thor's military academy has more to be proud of than just its famous founder. Elder Ivan, Dad. I'm sorry it took us so long to get here. I'm relieved to see that Norton made it back safely. Thank you for your assistance. Oh no, no trouble at all. It sounds like you've been able to work out the cause of the problem here. That was all thanks to Elisa. It was nothing really. There's no shame in being proud of your accomplishments. While I'm glad we've gotten this squared away, we still have something of a problem. What do you mean? This is the settlement's only vehicle. Having out of commission is going to make things pretty inconvenient around here. The sooner we can fix it, the better. I see. In that case, is there anything we can do to help? Are you sure? This isn't a part of your field study. I would respectfully disagree. You've treated us to such great food, and shown us such hospitality. I want to do what I can to help, but actually repairing the truck is a bit above my skill level. Still, it would be discourteous of us to not at least make an attempt to assist our hosts. Excuse me. Thanks, everyone. If you insist, we'd be more than grateful. We'd be more than grateful for any assistance you can provide. If you could bring out someone who could do the repairs, that would be great. It sounds like the best course of action. Should we head to Zender Gate? Should we head to Zender Gate and see if they can spare a mechanic? Actually, I have someone else in mind. Someone far more keen than an army technician for things of this sort. Up near Lake Lacrima, in the northern highlands, lives an elderly man from the Empire. I'm sure he'll be able to fix the truck for us if we ask him. True. The hermit could probably have this fixed in no time at all. A hermit, you say? Yeah, he moved here from the Empire a couple of years ago. He's been extremely good to all of us since he's been here. An old man from the Empire who's more reliable than an army technician. It couldn't be. Elisa? So, you want us to go and call this man for you then? If you'd be so kind. There's no hurry though. If you have other things you need to do, by all means, do those first. Either way, we'll need to clear up the site of the accident before anything else. Just handle it as you might. Just handle it as you might. If it were part of your field study. Will do. Okay, everyone. Let's finish up anything we have left to do, then head to the cabin at the lake. Lake Lacrima is to the north. Lake Lacrima is in the northern highlands. We'll need to head north to the Guardian statue, then due northwest from there. We should set out on horseback at once. Alright, 1 second.
Yeah. Whoa.
Oh, that ain't gonna work. Even though that actually should be a pretty easy jump for a horse. Wow, this lake is beautiful. It really is. You can see the sunlight glimmering on the water. And the air feels so clean too. This is Lake Lacrima. The hermit lives in that cabin over there. Excellent. We should go see him at once.
Yeah!
How beautiful. Yeah, breathtaking.
Come on, stop getting caught on geometry, Reen. Seems like someone's inside. I suppose it must be the man we came to see, then. Yeah. I'll bet he just came back from fishing. For a hermit, he doesn't seem to want that much. For a hermit, he doesn't seem to want for much. So, what are we gonna do? Yep, I'm pretty much done. Excuse me, is anyone home? It's opened. Come on in. Elisa? Excuse us then. Hey, it's good to see you again, sir. Well, if it isn't Gaius. Haven't seen you around for, what, half a year now? And little Elisa's here too. Why, I don't think I've seen your face in, oh, must be coming up on 5 years now. Wait, what? Could this be... Grandfather, what are you doing here? Well, I guess that's one way to be introduced, but let me give you a proper welcome. The previous thing said Gwen. I'm Gwyn Reinford, Elisa's favorite granddad. Pleasure to meet you all, Class 7. Honored to meet you, sir. I'm Reen Schwarzer. It's a pleasure to meet you. I'm Emma Milstein. Eustace Alborea. It's an honor. Ah, a promising group of young folks. A promising group of young folks, if ever there was. But you've sure done a lot of growing in the last 5 years, Elisa. You're taller and bigger. It does this old man's heart good to see how easy on the eyes you've become. Grandfather, please. But forget about me. What have you been doing out here all this time? Back when you disappeared from Ruhr? Tongue-tied. I'd never believed it if someone told me this is where I'd find you. Do you have any idea how worried I've been? Oh, come now. I sent you letters a couple of times a year, don't I? And of course, I read all the ones you give to Sharon, too. Still, have you been here the whole time these past 5 years? Just about. I don't stay year-round, though. I spend about half the year traveling around the continent, seeing friends or visiting the Empire. I see. Mr. Reinford, would you mind if I asked how you know so much about our field study? He does raise an excellent point. It almost seems as though you were expecting... Sorry, I thought I got called for. It almost seems as though you were expecting us to pay you a visit. Well, it's just a coincidence the truck broke down. It's just a coincidence that the truck broke down when it did. But I admit, ever since Irina told me you were coming to the Highlands, I figured I'd see you at some point. You still talk to Mother? Yes, indeed. Though just the bare minimum. That girl's zeal for work borders on unhealthy. What did I ever do to turn her into such a workaholic? Elisa? Anyway, we're all done with our coffee. So let's head over to the settlement and have a look at that truck. Just wait outside. Just wait outside a bit. No, just wait outside a bit while I go grab my tools. Oh, actually, I caught a few good-sized trout. Can you take them over to the settlement when you go? Of course. So that's the former chairman of the Rhineford Group. I knew of him by name, but he's a far more light-hearted man than I would have guessed. Indeed, he seems very easygoing. You can say what you really think. You're not going to hurt my feelings or anything. Everyone loves him because he's all laid back and approachable, but mostly he's just capricious and irresponsible. And then 5 years ago, he just... Elisa. Never mind. Let's get going. As soon as he's ready, we're heading back to the settlement. Alright. Let's wait for him by the garage. Stop getting caught on the geometry. Gaius? Should we head back to the settlement? Hey, Gaius. You're on pretty good terms with my grandfather, then? Something like that. We've only known him for a couple of years, but all of us in the settlement owe him a lot. Myself included. I see. Okay, we're good to go. You mind if I ride with you? You mind if I ride with one of you? Grandfather? You aren't driving? Nah. The engine's been acting up a bit lately, so I'd rather not. Besides, how could I pass up a chance to get to know my granddaughter's classmates a little better? Reading, right? Got room for one more up there? Why did he have to pick Reen? He better not be giving him any funny ideas. I'm sure that isn't the case. I'd feel a bit more at ease if you focus more on the reins, though. How's little Sharon doing these days? I heard she recently started working at your dormitory. That's right. I haven't had too much time to get to know her. But she seems really skilled at what she does. Oh, she is. Very much so. But more importantly, she's a real cutie. She always has that lovely reserved air. But there's a playful side to her too. I wish she'd sign on as my personal maid. That'd be the life. Yeah. But that Emma girl's real nice too. She's got those glasses, that hair you want to let down. And she's class prize material to boot. There's a smoldering homeroom hottie if I ever saw one. Come on. You know you agree with me. Well, I can't really say that I disagree with you, but if you don't mind me asking, why did you never tell Elisa that you were here? Tell me, Reen. What kind of girl do you see her as? Well, I'd say that she's a real hard worker. In a great many respects. Oh, I have no doubt of that. I have no doubt of it. She's good-looking, polite, as well-mannered as any noble's daughter, intelligent. And that all comes naturally to her. It's not some persona she forces on herself. Yeah, I'm amazed at how effortless she makes it all seem. And yet, she has a habit of trying to resolve everything without relying on anyone else for support. I'm sure it hasn't escaped the notice of any canny young man like yourself. It does feel like that sometimes, yeah. She's kind, and her sense of duty compels her to always see things through. But she always keeps everything bottled up, like she never wants to let on to anyone that she needs help with a problem. I'm Elisa R. from Ruhr. It's not like I'm trying to make a big deal out of it or anything. It's just, if everyone knew, it'd make things awkward between us. I don't want that. I have a feeling the relationship between her mother and I caused her to end up that way. Or, to be more specific, the conflict between the two of us. That's why I didn't tell her where I was. But I'll leave it up to her to fill in the details about that. I'm sure that once the two of you are a bit closer, she'll tell you on her own. A bit closer. I have a feeling there's a critical misunderstanding going on here. Oh, is that so? I thought there was a little something going on between you two after seeing your name come up in one of her letters. Well, we did have that unfortunate accident back at the start of the year. But that's all it was. We eventually got it sorted out, and nothing really happened since. An accident? Did you accidentally collide with her on your way to school, causing her to drop the toast she had between her sweet lips? Then as the dust cleared, did the two of you find yourself sprawled on the ground in an unlikely yet heart-racing position? That's a really oddly specific question. But I don't know what kind of heart-racing position you're... So, something really did happen, didn't it? Now just tell old Gwyn here all about it. I want every last juicy detail. Grandfather, please!
Hey, isn't that...
Yay, voice acting, finally.
Those military academy students. I wonder what they're doing all the way out here. Oh well. Looks like things are gonna start getting interesting. Okay, let's get this mission started! Sheesh. Gramps and the others can be so unreasonable sometimes.
Sorry, 1 second. I just need to check a message. Sorry. Family member was messaging me asking me something. Here's to you, my friend. And you too. Come on, Lacan. This booze isn't going to drink itself. Yes, yes. I can still hardly believe it. Finding the famous Gwyn Rhineford out in the sticks like this. You know him then? Of course. He seized on the opportunity of the Orbital Revolution to make Rhineford the industrial powerhouse it is today. And it's only gotten bigger since his daughter took over. The Rhineford Company was originally an arms manufacturer, making their name on firearms and such. They underwent a massive expansion of their lineup and started working on orbital weapons and rail projects. I suppose that's what it must have looked like to the nobility. But the company does business all across the continent, not just domestically. Gwyn has a refreshingly international outlook for an Erebonian businessman. I see. I knew he was a keen man, but I didn't realize he was that famous. The real mystery is why someone would walk away from that in the first place. Some people say he got ill and had no choice but to stand down, but look at him now. He's the picture of health. So maybe there's some truth to that old rumor after all. Oh? What do you mean? Just something I heard a long time ago. No real proof of it, and we can't... No. And we at the Imperial Chronicle aren't the business of printing baseless speculations. Elisa? Oof. I think my eyes are bigger than my stomach. I'm going to go out and get a little fresh air, okay? All right. Elisa? Reen, Elisa's going out to get some fresh air. Would you mind going and keeping her company? Not at all. But why me? You're the class president and all. You'd make for better company. No, trust me. I think you're definitely the best man for the job. Well, if you say so. Alright. I'll be back in a little while then. This should be voice acted, so I should be safe. Finally. Yes! Alright. No reading for a couple minutes.
What am I even doing?
Oh, fuck. Reading. Come on, you two. We need to get going. We're running behind schedule. Now. Let them have their fun. It's not often you have a day off like this. Why not try and relax for once?
Oh.
Elisa?
Oh, Reen. What are you doing out here? Did you eat too much?
My mouth says no, but my stomach's thinking yes. You doing okay? You seem a bit unsteady there.
Nothing like that. I'm just feeling a little out of it. I'm just going to stay out here for a while and get some fresh air. Then I'll be Whoa! Sorry about that.
See? What did I tell you? We've been riding all day. I'm not surprised you're feeling tired. Riding a horse really takes it out of you.
I guess you're right. Why didn't that occur to me before?
Hey, Elisa. Look up at the sky.
Huh? Oh, wow.
Yes, for anyone curious, technically, this is kind of the quote-unquote canon relationship that the game tries to push in the beginning, but the game kind of just stops trying to push a specific canon girl, sort of. It changes who after the second game. It basically changes who. It gives you like 3 or 4 different girls who could quote-unquote be the canon love interest.
You know, I didn't even notice it last night because we turned in so early. But now that we know, if you're out here to get some air, better to take in the starlight than look at the ground, right?
But for the first game, it tries to kind of push Elisa and sort of Toa as the canon love interest for the game.
You're right. My father was a technician. 8 years ago, he passed away. My family was never really the same after that. Mother was director of the company back then. She used to treasure our family, but after that, It's like she could barely spare a thought for us.
Oh. She did seem like a talented businesswoman when we met her. Well, more than talented to run the Rhineford group.
What you saw in River Station was just a watered-down version of her normal intensity. We'd be able to have dinner together maybe once every 3 months, and that's being generous. But at least I wasn't alone. Grandfather and Sharon were always there for me.
That's how it was, huh? I guess you've known Sharon for a long time then.
Yeah, my mother hired her about 7 years ago. Being a Rhineford and all, I never had many people I could really call friends when I was young. The nobles looked down on me, of course, but the common people treated me like I was different from them, too. At least with my grandfather and Sharon around, I never felt totally alone. Grandfather introduced me to all kinds of different hobbies, like horseback riding and playing the violin. Sharon taught me self-defense and archery, and all the high society etiquette expected of a lady. Meanwhile, my mother kept expanding the company completely against the wishes of my grandfather, the chairman.
I see. Though, hasn't Rhineford always been a big industrial company?
Kind of, yeah. Even back then, they took on projects in all fields, from steel mills to railway construction to guns and tanks. It's not surprising there are people out there who like to call the company a merchant of death. I can't say I completely agree with that side of the company, but I've never felt embarrassed or ashamed about it. But a few years ago, the Rhineford group finally went too far.
What do you mean?
Those 2 railway guns set up in Gorelia Fortress on the eastern edge of the Empire? You know about those, right?
Yeah, I've heard of them. They're supposed to have the longest range of any orbital cannon in the world.
I've only seen their spec sheets, but the destruction they're capable of is terrifying. Erebonia's still fighting with Calvert over Crossbell, and those guns are capable of targeting any point in Crossbell State. In just a couple hours, they could wipe Crossbell City and its 500,000 citizens off the map.
No way.
In reality, I believe that's what we like to call a Geneva Convention red alert.
That's way beyond being a weapon of war. More like an instrument of massacre.
I couldn't agree more. And neither could my grandfather, who supervised their construction. Even though my mother was the one who signed off on the project, my grandfather regretted it like the decision was his. As he was hesitating over whether to hand them over to the Imperial Army, my mother betrayed him.
What?
She went behind his back and secured the support of all of Rhineford's major shareholders. Everyone from Ruhr's ruling lord Marquis Ragnar to the top brass of the Imperial Army was on her side. In the face of such overwhelming pressure from all sides, my grandfather was forced to capitulate. He stepped down as chairman, and my mother wasted no time taking his place. That's when my grandfather decided to leave the company entirely, and me. I thought I'd at least have Sharon on my side, but she just did whatever my mother told her to do. It's been 5
Always has
years
been.
since then already.
The world of Trails of Cold Steel is kind of like it's really hard to explain. It's kind of like a fusion of Nordic, Germanic, and Japanese lore.
Oh. I think I get it now. Why she gets under your skin, I mean. It's not so much what your mother did,
But the tanks have always been there. It's just we haven't gotten to that point.
Yeah. I couldn't believe my mother would betray her own father. I couldn't believe grandfather would take it without fighting back. I couldn't believe Sharon, who'd always supported me, watched it all happen without a word of protest. It really drove it home to me. how big the Rhineford group was now, and how small I was. I hated realizing it had become so large that corporate interests were stronger than family ties. Looking back, I guess that's when I decided I'd leave home and enroll in the academy. Even when I ran, I couldn't go far enough to escape my mother's shadow. Then I come here and find my grandfather happily enjoying a whole new life without a care in the world. When I stepped outside, I was feeling so lost, so frustrated, wondering what I'd been doing all this time. But it's kind of strange, you know? I look up at the stars and it feels like I can escape the gravity of everything. I think I'm finally starting to understand why my grandfather chose to leave it all behind and move out here in the first place.
You really are strong, Elisa. Stronger than you realize. You were finally ready to talk about it. About your family and the company and everything. So, maybe you found what you were looking for to move past that, right?
Maybe you're right. But I don't think I would have been able to if I hadn't enrolled at the academy. Meeting everyone in Class 7, the lacrosse club, you... I'm a better person for it. Your support has already made a difference. So, thanks. Thanks for worrying about me. And thanks for reminding me to look up, not down.
Anytime. Though, truth be told, I came to check on you because Emma asked me to. Sorry to ruin the moment.
I thought that might be the case. Oh well, there's always next time.
Please do not
It's
mind
kinda
the weird
strange to
transitions.
hear you
Remember,
tell me
this
it's
is originally a
wrong.
PlayStation Vita game.
Because I could say the same thing about you. You always seem to get thrust into the role of leader. Someone we can count on to keep us on track.
I guess running errands on all my free days is really helping me buckle down. Still, I feel like I've got a long way to go. Especially when I keep running from myself.
Huh?
Remember back in Celtic? I said that I came to the academy to find myself. But sometimes, I wonder if maybe I just wanted to get away. From my family, from myself.
Oh. Do you not get along well with your family?
Oh, I do. I'm not their real son, but my parents always loved me like I was. My sister and I, we've had our differences, especially lately, but we still get along pretty well. No, the problem's just with me.
Reen. Still, I suppose the fact you were finally ready to talk about it means that maybe you found what you were looking for to move past that, right? Who'd have thought I'd have the chance to feed you your own good advice so soon? I can't believe you can just say things like that with a straight face. Maybe being on the receiving end every now and then will do you some good.
Zing!
Alright, you got me. I admit defeat. But yeah, I guess I'm starting to figure things out. In my own way. Maybe enrolling at Thoris was the first thing I'd done right in a long time. I ended up in Class 7. And now, all of us are out here like this, spending time together.
Yeah, I like that. I hope the things we learned during our field studies can help us all make a difference in the world. So... Wait, all of us?
You two were gone so long that we started to get a little worried.
No way! How long have you been listening?
Still, I suppose the fact that you were finally ready to talk about it means that maybe you found what you were looking for to move past that, right?
Stop! Reen, He was the one who said it first. I was just repeating it back to him.
Oh, Lisa, there's nothing to be embarrassed about. Honestly, you touched my heart.
I apologize for eavesdropping on you, but at the same time, I'm kind of glad I did.
How did I end up in the middle of this anyway? Fine, if that's how you want to play it. None of you are getting any sleep until you've shared all your most embarrassing secrets.
What? I don't...
You wish.
Seems like you did well.
Honestly, I feel like she helped me more than I helped her. Hey, guys? This is a really beautiful place.
Yeah, ain't it?
Ooh, you're moving up in the world. I've got a little reward here for you. Drinks are on me someday.
I have to say, I love the English voice cast for this game. They had to have so much fucking fun with playing these roles. Okay, 0255 hours. Shift's almost over. No sign of anything suspicious. Or anything at all, really. Why do we even do this every day? You do know what the point of having a sentry is, right? Oh, hey, you're early. But come on now. You've gotta get where I'm coming from, at least a little. I could understand if we were posting your crossbell, but who's gonna start a war out here in the boondocks? You never know, right? You never know, right? Perhaps the fact that you'd never expect it. Perhaps the fact that you'd never know. Perhaps the fact that you'd never expect it would make it the perfect place to start a war. Besides, Lieutenant General Vander says we need to stay on alert, and he knows the situation better than we do. The Lieutenant General's a great man, yeah. But what are those big shots? Big shots from the 3rd Armored Division doing stationed in some backwater place like this anyway? You think that rumor's true? That he got posted here because he wouldn't help the Blood and Iron Chancellor? Watch what you're saying. That kind of idle gossip is how rumors get wings. Fine. Such a joy kill. Anyway, you got things covered here? I want to go get some sleep. Got a few minutes left on my shift, but you're here, and hey, who's counting? Honestly. Wait, what was that? What the? What happened? Did they just get shelled? Who had the order to attack? No one. I've heard nothing of the sort. Zendergate needs to know about the... What the? No way. An enemy attack? Where's it coming from? No. Oh, adios. Well, they're dead. Oh no, I'm not done. I'm not done. That was just the game having to that was just the game asking me to save. Ah, that was a great meal. Ah, okay. I don't think I could eat another bite. After how much we ate yesterday, I'm surprised we're still able to pack down this much food. Well, You're all growing boys and girls, so eat up. Riding takes a lot of energy, so I'd say eating like this is normal after a day out on the plains. Would anyone like more? I should probably refrain. If there's any chicken left, we can wrap it in bamboo and take it with us. Who knows? We might need something to gnaw on while we're out today. Okay. Let me help too. I'll pour the leftover tea into some containers for you. Ah, thanks. You really are too kind. You're our guests. What kind of host would we be if we didn't treat you as such? Anyway, here's the grand list of tasks you'll be tending to today. You can't access the northern region yet. You will have to do them later. Leave the town by going to the Highlands South, and right after you'll be at the watchtower. Speak to all the guards. Okay. I figured it couldn't hurt to give you fewer than yesterday. Feel free to take advantage of the extra time to do whatever strikes your fancy. Maybe go off the beaten path a bit. Understood. Thank you for everything. Do you want to spend some more time with your grandfather today, Elisa? It sounds like you weren't able to spend much time with him yesterday. Gwyn stayed in the Elder's home yesterday, right? I imagine he ought to be up and about soon. We'd have no objections to completing this morning's tasks without you if you wish to spend more time with him. But Lacan, are you there? Elder. Yes. An elder? Yes, I'm here. Oh, good morning. Grandfather? Norton? Morning, everyone. Sorry to intrude. Judging by the looks on your faces, it seems not all is well. I'm afraid you're right. We received word from Zender Gate just a short while ago. They say the Imperial Army's watchtower has been attacked. What? It sounds like it all happened in the middle of the night. And that's not the last of it either. The Republicans' army's base has been attacked too. This isn't going to be pretty. Airborne Armored Division. Now being sent out first as always, I see. I suppose it's only a matter of time before they give the order to the armored regiments too. Lieutenant General, we've confirmed the death of 2 of the guards. A further 3 have sustained serious injuries, but we've been able to stabilize their condition. I see. Have the medics see to them the second they arrive. Yes, sir. Contact Zender Gate. Prepare the 3rd Armored Division for deployment. I want all armored vehicles ready to move before I return. Yeah, pretty much. I think it was just wrong place at wrong time. Hey, you sure you don't need us to help? I appreciate your willingness, but we'll be fine. We're used to the procedures for moving the settlement in case of an emergency. The same goes to you. The same goes for you, Gaius. I assume you'll be heading to Zender Gate to learn more about the current situation from Lieutenant General Vander. Not as a citizen of Nord, but as a student of Thor's military academy. I will. Will you be staying here, Grandfather? I will. I can use the truck after all. And since I was here anyway, I might as well do what I can to get the settlement ready to move. All right. Please take care of yourself. I'm sorry, Elder Lacan. I feel terrible that I can't help you when you need it most. You have your own job to do. There's no need to worry about us. May the blessing of the winds and the goddess be with you all. Take care. We will. We must make for Zender Gate at once. Indeed. We need to find out as much as we can about what happened. Alright, can't go fight the big monster, so let's just head to Zender Gate. I'm really sorry to put you guys up to this. You already helped me out more than enough yesterday. No problem. Don't sweat it. This must be the kind of breaking news every press photographer dreams of being on the scene for. Still, it bothers me. How is it possible that both the Imperial and Republic bases were attacked at the same time? Do you think one attacked first and the other swiftly retaliated? No time to think about that right now. We need to hurry. Oh, okay, cool. We need to get to Zender's Gate as fast as we can. Right. Whoa. Don't ride too roughly. Hey! How's it going, everyone? Thank you for the raid, Kaus.
Yeah.
Time to speedrun. Everyone gets to enjoy my terrible reading.
That's one of the Imperial Army's airships.
Yeah.
This situation is looking worse by the minute.
We need to hurry.
Hey! 8 viewers now.
Those are armored cars from the Imperial Army.
I play a mix of games during the week. Varies day by day. On my Twitter and my pinned, I have a schedule for basically what I play. How's it going, Lord Doom? And it appears they're preparing for deployment. Thanks, everyone. Let me go see if I can get permission to start taking photographs. I wonder what Lieutenant General Vander's could be. We need to find him so we can tell us what's going on here. I suspected you might show up. Lieutenant General, did you have some business to attend to elsewhere? Fuck, I bit my tongue. Did you have some business to attend to elsewhere, sir? I thought I'd conduct another sweep of the area as a precaution. But never mind that now. You came at the perfect time. A freight train bound for Ruhr departs 30 minutes from now. I want you all on board that train. Finish up your field study as quickly as you can and return to the academy. What? But sir... While things ultimately depend on the actions of the Republic Army, the bottom line is that we may be mere hours away from armed conflict with the Calvard Republic. I've already informed everyone in the settlement. Did they not relay the message to you? But be that as it may, we can't just turn tail and pretend none of this is happening. Lieutenant General, have you established which side attacked first? Yeah, I've been replaying from the very first one, Lord Doom. I plan to play all 7, maybe 8 if I can finally get a patched English patched ROM of Link's working. But for now I plan to play all 7. Have you established which side attacked first? Gaius. That's the central question here. It's still under investigation. You have my assurance that the Imperial Army did not attack. We did not make the first move, nor have we retaliated. However, our army's watchtower was destroyed, and several guards lost their lives. I have me being the dumbass that I was, sold my original 4 games to so I can buy more games as a kid. I've reaccumulated all of them. Thankfully, I got part 4 when it was still $45 used on Amazon, before it skyrocketed to being like over 200 used. I have my original 3 GU from when I was a kid though, and I have the remaster on everything. I bought it on PS4, I bought it on Steam, and I bought it on Switch. However, our army's watchtower was destroyed, and several guards lost their lives. As the officer in charge of Zender's Gate, I have a duty to act. So there really were fatalities. Let's presume, for the sake of argument, that the damage sustained by the Republic's army base was in fact deliberate sabotage by their own forces. How bad was the damage? Several of their facilities suffered major structural damage. Their losses appear to be, at minimum, equal to ours. Honestly, I'd estimate them to be far greater. But if they suffered even more damage than we did, that doesn't make any sense. I'm afraid we've long since passed the point where we're leisurely discussing our possibilities. It was an option. I will do all I can to avoid full-scale war. We're prepared for the possibility of armed conflict, and I suspect they are as well. But that just seems so wrong. If that's your opinion, Lieutenant General, will you at least allow me the chance to investigate what happened on my own? I'm looked into getting these games, but basically each part game is quite a bit. Yeah, one part, Infection, Mutation, and Outbreak aren't too bad to get. I think Infection still goes for like 20 now. It used to go for like 5 to 10. Mutation should go for like 20 to 30. Outbreak goes for like 25 to 30. It's Quarantine that goes for over 200 in the English releases only, because of the fact that they lost the source code for the English version, and yeah, So that's why that's why they only ever had one print run of it. So that's also why getting like a remaster at any point is probably not gonna be likely. We're better off at anyway getting like a remake. Gaius, investigate on your own? As I'm sure you're aware, I know the Highlands like the back of my hand. And when someone attempts to threaten the peace of my homeland, I won't rest until I've unearthed the truth behind what's happening. You're serious. We'll do everything we can to help you. I think this falls within the scope of our field studies, too. Oh, you're talking about the Trails game. I mean, you can, if you have a PS4, you can basically get them all whenever they go on sale digitally. If you want to get them physically, Cold Steel 1 and 2 should be like $30 used. Cold Steel 3 and 4 shouldn't be that much more expensive either. And they just recently did like a slight HD upgrade for the PS5 release for 3 and 4 for Cold Steel 3 and 4. Kind of similar like what Sega did with Persona 5 Royal with its PS5 port. No, wait. This is the people of Nord's problem. There's no reason for you all to stay here and risk getting caught in the crossfire. A classmate and friend is staying behind. Isn't that reason enough? I'm the son of the House of Alberea. I would never disgrace the honor of my family name by fleeing in the face of danger. Besides, it seems like your people have done a lot for my grandfather. Gaius, do you remember what you said to us back at Heimdall Station? The most important thing is that we all come back safe and sound. Everything else is secondary. It appears you've lost this one, Gaius. Lieutenant General, It's currently 10:05. I will permit you until 12:30 to conduct your investigation. I will do everything in my power to postpone any potential conflict until at least then. Thank you. Thank you, sir. Then we haven't a moment to waste. We should be visiting the watchtower. And we should be visiting the watchtower that was attacked. That sounds like a good place to start.
Thank you. Really, I appreciate
Yay!
it.
I don't have to read it anymore for a bit.
It's no big deal, honestly.
I agree with Elisa. We're classmates after all. And more than that, we're friends.
Well, this is clearly of great importance to you.
I know you want to protect your people, but that's not the only reason you're doing this, is it?
You got me. It ties back into why I accepted the Lieutenant General's recommendation and entered the Academy, too. I'm sure each of you feels the same about your own homes, but I love this land with all my heart. The wind racing across the highlands, the vast mountain peaks, the clear blue of the sky, the breathtaking beauty of the rising sun, the melancholy of the sunset, the twinkling of the stars in the twilight. I love everything about this land of Nord. It's part of who I am.
Wow. I guess it hadn't sunk in how much Nord means to you.
I'm certainly attached to Ruhr, but
I can't think of anyone else who would state their love for their homeland so poetic.
If you love it so much, why did you leave it
Too soon.
behind? If you truly love Nord, if Nord is such a part of you, what is it that drove you to enroll in a military academy in a foreign land so far away?
I'm not surprised you'd find it strange.
Yeah,
To be honest,
just checking it
I'm
out right now,
still not
Toma.
totally sure what compelled me to do it.
You can get like Trails of Cold Steel on the PS4 for like $30. If you import the PAL version, which the PS5 is region locked, it's about $17
Back when I was a kid, the Republican Army
to get it
built a
loose.
base in the Eastern
and
Plains.
and 21 to get a complete in box if you again import the PAL version.
And the Imperial Army responded in kind with their watchtower. It's made me more uneasy with every passing year.
Cold Steel 2 is about the same price if you go for the PAL version's release physically.
Years ago,
It is more
a
money for the
traveling priest
for
from
the
Septian
English
Church
release
taught me
of
all
Cold
about
Steel
the
2.
history of the continent.
Holy shit, it's way more money to go for the English release of Cold Steel 2. Why is it so expensive? So yeah, I'm talking about the PS4 releases for Cold Steel 1 and 2. If you go for their the European versions, that's the PAL version. If you import their PS4 PAL versions from Europe, you can get them for pretty cheap, and the PS4 isn't region locked, so you can play those releases with no issues. And then 3 and 4 are also on the PS4, so again, you have there's no real issues. The Cold Steel 3 loose is about $20, and Cold Steel 4 loose should also be around $20. I'm just kind of trying to see where I can find 4. I'm on a website called Price Charting. That's where I usually go to when I'm trying to look up prices for everything. Yeah, Cold Steel 4 English is like still 50-ish. Cold Steel 4. Where's just this? Why can't I find like the PAL version of just the standard release of Cold Steel 4? No, well, whatever. They tend to go on sale a lot also on the PSN, so you can try and keep an eye out on the games on the PSN if you don't mind getting them digitally instead of physically.
One thing that stood out to me was just how many lives have been lost during the conflicts between the major powers. Another major theme was just how profound of an impact the Orbital Revolution had on people's lives. Even the concepts of time and distance have changed so much. In effect, the Orbital Revolution shrunk the world.
Yeah, you can play PS4 discs in the PS5 no problem, as long as you get the disc-based version, obviously. So it's getting a PS5. Literally, all the PS5 is just all the PS5 really is just a super enhanced PS4 at this point.
It made me realize
It's basically just a more enhanced PS5, PS4 Pro.
That there was no guarantee my homeland could.
I say this mostly because the PS5 doesn't sound like a jet engine trying to take off when you're playing any game in it, unlike a PS4 Pro or the PS4 itself.
That one day, it might be drawn into outsiders' conflicts.
I hit X too soon.
I can't believe you were thinking about such weighty things even as a kid.
So then, you joined the Academy in order to learn more about the outside world that posed a threat to your homeland?
Yeah, something along those lines. When I realized how afraid I was, I knew I couldn't close my eyes. I wanted to do something, anything, to protect this land. As luck would have it, I met the Lieutenant General. He's the one who told me about Thor's military academy. One thing led to another, he offered me a recommendation, and before I knew it, I took him up on his offer. So there I was, green as grass, heading off to study abroad despite having no clue what life in the Empire was like. Thinking back on how it all came together, what you said is probably what I was thinking back then.
Honestly, I've yet to hear a student offer a more galvanizing reason than yours for enrolling at the Academy.
I have to agree. I don't know too many people who love their home so much that they'd leave it behind to find a way to protect it.
It's not a sentiment I can imagine many Erebonians feeling, that's for sure. But I think I finally understand.
Elisa?
Just an idle thought. But having heard Gaius pour his heart out to us, There's no way we can just walk away from this. Not after the people of Nord gave us such a warm welcome and treated us like family.
Indeed, I couldn't have asked for more.
Agreed. We'll get to the bottom of what's going on here and stop Ward from breaking out.
Nord may not be our home, but it's still an important neighbor. I'll do what I can to aid you.
Thanks, all of you. Really, thank you.
You can see shell damage. You can see that. Fuck the stupid seashell tongue twister. You can see shell damage everywhere. It's even worse than I'd feared. They've confirmed casualties too. I didn't think I'd ever have to see anything like this. As students at a military academy, things like this are always within the realm of possibility. Although I hardly expected my first sight of such devastation to be to the spark that ignites war with Calvard. This may be too much for students like us to handle. No, we've all been in situations that look impossible before, haven't we? And every time we've come through, we just have to stay calm and think. I'm sure we can do something here too. You're right. True. We should focus on doing what we can. Whatever we decide to do, we need to get a better grasp of the situation. Yeah. Let's find who's in charge and get their permission to start an investigation. I see. If Lieutenant General Vander has given you his permission, I see no reason to refuse. Thank you. However, I want to make it clear that armed conflict with Calvard could begin at any moment. We've got our hands full staying on guard for any potential threats from the east. I'll permit you to speak with the soldiers here, but don't get in the way of them doing their duties. Understood. Okay, let's get started. We should start by speaking with the soldiers and assessing the damage. That seems wise. When we've gathered all the information we need, we can start piecing it together. Right, let's go. Alright. Rowan. Why'd you go and die on me? Oh, okay, right, Zat survived. I forgot about that. How? I don't know, but he did. Zat. He seems pretty down. Can't say I don't understand how he feels, though. It was right when the shifts changed. Rowan came out to relieve me, and I was chatting away with him like always. That's when the first shell hit us. Must have been around 3 in the morning. So it started at 3 a.m. then. Right in the middle of the night. I was on lookout. I should have noticed something was off. But that explosion completely took me by surprise. I was so sure nothing would ever happen out here that when something actually did, that was totally useless. If I just paid a bit more attention, if I'd have been a better soldier, Rowan might still be with us now. It's not your fault. None of us could have predicted that something like this would have happened. You can hardly blame yourself for a lack of vigilance after being stationed in a peaceful area like this for so long. They attacked in the dead of night, knowing your guard would be down. I wonder if it really was the Republic's army doing it. I wonder if it was really the Republican army's doing after all. We need more information before we can say for sure. No, I don't think it was them. There was something else that happened before we came under attack. We heard an explosion coming from the Republican Army's base. When we looked, we saw smoke pouring from it. What? We knew that both bases were attacked. But did both attacks really happen around the same time? If that's so, it's unlikely that either army was responsible. Who is responsible then? We should keep this in mind as we piece things together. How's the situation with the Republican Army? Looks like they're really hustling over there. We've confirmed a number of armored vehicles entering and exiting the area. We've heard their base got hit pretty badly too, and even from over here, it sure looks that way. The Lieutenant General said that the Republican base got hit at least as hard as the Watchtower, if not harder. But we believe they were responsible for that as well. They need an excuse to attack us, and that sure as hell looks like one. Do you really think it's true? That much damage seems awfully excessive. They probably just got overzealous with the explosions. Doesn't make much difference either way. If they're brazen enough to attack us, we'll blow them back across the border. The soldiers here all seem to have their doubts. But without any hard evidence, we're not going to be able to convince them of anything. We should reconsider the possibility that this was a deliberate act of sabotage by Calvard's forces. Is this? What's up, Elisa? Is there something unusual about that scrap of metal? Scrap of metal? That's an undetonated explosive right there. I would not be getting close to that thing. I knew it. This is a mortar shell manufactured by the Rhineford Company. Are you sure? Yeah. I've seen them before on the assembly line. There are only a couple of models capable of firing this kind of shell. That would suggest the mortar used to fire it was also made by the Rhineford Company. But if we assume that's true, it seems much less likely that the Republic was responsible. True. Why would the Republican Army use a weapon made in the Empire? It doesn't make much sense to me. Even if we account for deception, it seems unlikely that Calvard would go this far to conceal their involvement. Though considering the stakes, we can't entirely rule out the possibility. Still, this might prove to be an important clue to solving this mystery. This is awful. It really is. It looks like they got hit hard. And to think there were casualties. You know the Imperial Army isn't going to sit and twiddle their thumbs after suffering an attack like this. They have their image to uphold after all. Hey, looks like most of the damage is concentrated on the south side of the building. You think whoever carried out the attack could have done it from the Highlands? It seems very likely. But where on the plains could they launch an attack like this from? Well, the Highlands are incredibly vast. We need some kind of clue to even know where to start looking. Yeah, hopefully we'll be able to find something here that'll point us in the right direction. I think that's all the information we can gather here. I think so too. Now we need to analyze what we've learned. First, we should establish a good picture of what was happening when the attack occurred. That seems like the best place to start. So first of all, what time did the actual attack on the watchtower happen? It was 3 a.m. Yeah, no, yes, that's what the guard told us. But that wasn't all that. That wasn't all that was going on. That's right. The Republican Army's base also came under attack, and according to the Lieutenant General, they suffered even greater damage than what happened here. I think we can safely discount the possibility that the Republican Army bombed their own forces then. But there's no evidence that the Imperial Army launched an attack either. All we know is that both attacks happened, and both sides took heavy damage. However, as Lisa said, we have no evidence to suggest that either side was responsible. If we accept that as a fact, the most likely scenario is that the responsibility lies with another party entirely. So you think a third party is working behind the scenes to provoke both countries into starting a war? Tensions between the Republic and the Empire are always high, but compared to the other areas of similar political value, the Nord Highlands have always been peaceful. I can conceive of no reason either countries would have decided to break that peace last night. I agree. If anything, it seems that the negatives would outweigh the positives for both parties. If this were Crossbell, it might be a different story, but here? Now that you mention it, we found something else odd about the attack on the watchtower, didn't we? Something that seems to point to a third party's involvement. Something else odd about the attack on the watchtower? I'll bet she's referring to... Alright, 1 second. Audio DC. You're talking about the mortars used for the attack, right? Exactly. It looks like the orbital mortars they used in the attack were an old Rhineford model, and I, for one, find it pretty unlikely that the Republican Army is packing Erebonian-made weapons. Indeed, they have little reason to be, considering the Republic has its own major orbital technology manufacturer, the Verne Company, as I recall. Yeah, the Verne Company is responsible for manufacturing most of the arms used by the Republican Army. Then there's the fact that the mortar used here is old. The Imperial Army hasn't used this model for years. I've heard that the military surplus sometimes makes its way onto the black market and ends up in the hands of mercenaries. Knowing that, it seems unlikely that either army chose to use it to cover their tracks. Quite. However, there is a far more pressing question we need to answer. What do you mean? I know what you're going. Fuck! Why is reading difficult? I know where you're going. We need to know where the attack was launched from in the first place. That's going to be difficult to work out. But without that vital detail, all our speculation thus far is for naught. If we intend to avert a war, we need more than speculation. We need conclusive evidence. Agreed. But the Highlands are far too vast to just strike out searching blindly, especially with the Lieutenant General's deadline rapidly approaching. Actually, We may not have to start our search blind. If Elisa and Gaius will lend me a hand, I may be able to help. Huh? What do you have in mind? If I can factor the location of the damage together with the speed and trajectory of the mortar shells, and then take into account the Highlands winds, I may be able to estimate the area from which the mortar was fired. Or potentially, anyway. Are you serious? It sounds easier said than done. I'll do what I can. Are you familiar with the specifics of the shell that was used? I think so. It's an old model, but I should be able to give you some rough data. That should be plenty. Anyway, let's have another look at the damaged areas and start our calculations. Please come with me, everyone. Right. Alright, I think I've calculated a rough location. I believe the mortar was fired from a location to the south of here. Using the map as a reference point, that means it was likely launched from somewhere in this area. And according to my calculations, the launch site shouldn't be too far from here. Wow. I can't believe you managed to work that out. That's well beyond the level of mathematics we cover in class. I'll enjoy watching Regnitz really sweat it out trying to best you on our next midterm. Just a little applied physics. I couldn't have done it without Elisa and Gaius' help. It looks like we've got a nice big piece of the puzzle right in our hands. Sure seems like it. Let's take off and start looking. Right. Alright, let's start looking for where the mortar was actually fired from. If what Emma calculated is correct, it should have been fired from a point south of the watchtower, and most likely from a point that's easy to overlook, so that it's not found out. Let's see if we can find anywhere that fits that description. We'll likely need to rely on the map to help us. I wonder if the culprit could still be there. Regardless, we should see what we can find.
Yeah.
All right. Alright, yeah, I fought that thing already. Yeah. If I remember correctly, does the map just... Yeah, the map just automatically tells me. Okay. Hey, over there. You found something? What's a rope ladder doing all the way up there? I can hardly believe it. I can hardly believe its presence here to be mere chance. Do the people of Nord use this area for anything? Not that I've ever known of. This just got that much more suspicious then. Perhaps the mortar was fired from somewhere up here. It definitely seems worth a look. I'm just not sure how we're going to get up there. We can't reach that rope ladder from here. I see no way to climb up the cliff face itself either. If you have any suggestions, now would be fine. Now would be a fine time. I believe I have an idea. What if we were to make use of Elisa's orbital bow? My bow? How? Well, if you were able to hit the cord, that's tying the rope ladder, perhaps it would unroll. perhaps it would unroll itself, allowing us to climb up. I'm glad you think I'm that good of a shot, but I really don't see it working. It was just a thought. Well, it's not like we have any better ideas. Why not give it a try? True enough. And time is one resource we don't have much of right now. Searching for some manner of tool to pull it down would cost us precious time as well. I mean, Gaius has a lance, spear. Can't really argue with that. All right, here goes nothing. Wait, what? It actually worked? You seem to have the makings of a great hunter. It seems this is a day for lucky shots. We'll have to start calling her Quick Draw Elisa. Was I just imagining things, or did that arrow glow for a second? Well, now that we can reach the ladder, why don't we go have a look on top of the cliff? Yeah, let's see what's up there. Oh, would you look at that? There. Exactly the smoking gun we were looking for too. Well, old orbital mortars, all Reinford models too. And it looks like they've been used recently. So this is where they were hiding them. I can see why they chose this place. Who would think to look here? They must have fled the area after firing them last night, leaving the launchers where they were. But unfortunately, these alone do not furnish enough evidence to avert the war. You're right. Unfortunately. If we just had a bit more evidence. Still, this is a solid step forward for our investigation. Perhaps we should return to Zender Gate and let the Lieutenant General know. It sounds like a good idea to me. All right, let's go report. Right, it's not Cold Steel 3 or 4 where I can jump off the ladder, where I can just jump down the ladder instead of having to actually climb. There! Isn't that? Oh, hello there. It's the flying object we saw fleeing from Oryx's fort near Bereahard. There's no mistaking something that strange, and it looks like it's carrying something. It can't be a coincidence that they'd show up now. It can't be a coincidence that they show up now of all times. They're heading northwest, and we're going after them. Right. Saddle up.
We can't let them get away!
Right. We need to overtake them.
Well, I already fucked up.
They're fast.
Just don't lose sight of them.
Ah! Oh, I fucked up.
Did they touch down near the stone circle?
There's no escape for them now.
Whoa!
Yep, I fucked up. Oops. I'm not getting the bonus AP for this. Okay, no, I am gonna get the bonus AP. I definitely saw it land around here. I can sense someone up ahead. Really? Yeah. I'm betting it's the thing we're chasing. And so our quarry is finally within reach. I think it was carrying a young girl. Well, we'll definitely find out what we're dealing with soon enough.
Yeah.
There they are. She really does look like a child. But what is that silver construct with her? Save the speculations for later. We need to capture them before they escape.
I think that about covers everything. Now, what to do? It'd be easy enough to overpower them, but there's a good chance some of them would get away. But just killing them all seems really cruel, too.
Halt! Stay where you are!
Ooh, it's the military academy students!
She knows about us?
How?
Just who are you?
And what's that thing beside you?
So, who are you? Were you involved with the attacks on the Watchtower and the Republican Army's base?
We'd rather not accuse you of a crime you didn't commit. But can you at least tell us who you are and what you're doing here?
Aw, how did I end up being the bad guy? This is gonna make things a bit sticky. Oh, I know what I can do! Everything will go hunky-dory if you guys help me out.
What?
What are you talking about? But first, I hope you won't mind if I give you a little test, just to be sure you're up to the challenge.
Oh no, she's dumb.
Is that a challenge?
I'm Milliam Orion. And this is Eragetlam, but you can just call him Lammy for short. Okay, let's get started! Let's get started!
Go! All right, let's do this!
It's my turn. Hang in there!
Thank you very much.
Get him!
Go!
Yeah, I have you scanned. Alright.
All right, let's do this!
Get him!
Come on! All right. Yeah.
Oh,
Leave it to me.
fuck. I misread that. Alright, just bop her.
Go! Flames!
Lammy! Thanks!
Won't give up.
Okay, yeah, so it doesn't help everyone.
Ha! Leave it to me. There!
Sorry.
I'm sorry.
Alright, and there goes Green again.
Right. Huh?
Thanks. Leave it to me. Flames,
Guess I let my guard down.
we'll cut our own path.
Wow! You guys are pretty tough. Yep, looks like you'll be great for the job, all right.
We've had quite enough of your wild chases and your games.
You were the one who attacked both of those military facilities, weren't you? What can I say to make you believe me?
Just tell us what you can. Anything you know that might help us find out who is actually responsible.
You said you wanted our help? If helping you would restore peace to the Highlands, we're ready to help out however we can. But you have to talk to us. Help us understand what's happening.
Come on, you two.
I hope you don't come to regret your naivete.
You said your name was Milliam, right? We really don't have much time. So could you tell us what it is you want our help with?
Well, what I want you to help me with is capturing the small armed group responsible for attacking the Watchtower and the Republican Army's base. What did you just say? You saw those mortars earlier, right? There's a bunch more hidden near the Republican Army's base. I'm guessing it was the same group that set them up at both locations.
Wait.
Do you have any idea who this armed group might be?
Well, I'm not 100% sure or anything. But they look like a bunch of Jaeger dropouts, so I'm guessing they're working for a pretty meaty chunk of Mira. I was on my way to go find out for sure.
Wait, then...
You know where they are?
Sure do. They're up in the north of the Highlands. If you promise to help me out, I'd be happy to show you the way. So, how about it?
All right. You have our aid. I'm Reen Schwarzer, Thor's Military Academy, Class 7.
Gaius Wurzel.
I'm Elisa Reinford. It's, nice to meet you.
My name is Emma Milstein. It's a pleasure to make your acquaintance.
Eusis Alberea. And just so you know, you still have much to answer for regarding your intrusion into Auroch's fort.
You knew that was us, huh? It'd be super cool if we could just, put that whole thing behind us for the time being.
If we must.
Now.
Nice to meet you all, too. Anyway, what are we just hanging around here for? Let's make for the north of the Highlands.
All right, but I'd like to swing by the settlement first.
Yeah, you should use your telephone to report back to Zendergate about everything we found out so far.
Okay, let's get going then. Oh, yeah. Are you going to be riding on the back of your...
Well, I could, but I think I'm gonna ride on the back of your horse instead.
Wait, what?
Lammy!
Whoa! It vanished.
And the way it did so seems familiar somehow.
Come on, are we going or not? Let's go catch us some big bad wannabe Jaegers!
Alright, can I actually change her quartz? No, I can't. Yeah, I can't change her add to her quartz. Alright, guys, you're out. Milliam, you're in. Yeah, that explains why she was bodying me pretty well.
Yeah.
I am pretty underleveled right now. That's fine. Makes it more fun for me.
Woohoo! This is amazing!
If you keep squirming around back there, you're gonna fall off.
Alright, the game speed ran me. Is that... a Republican airship? What's it doing this deep in the Highlands? This is what they call invasive reconnaissance, or something like that, right? They basically trespass in with just enough force to see what the enemy's up to, and how many troops they've got. So that's their aim? Just who are you? It's a secret. Anyway, don't you guys need to get a hold of Zendergate? She's right. Let's move. All right. Bro, you're all safe. Toma, I'm so glad to see you're okay. We saw a Republican airship flying overhead. Yeah, it's been circling up there for a while now. Is there really going to be a war? We're doing everything we can to make sure that doesn't happen. We need to hurry and borrow the Elder's telephone. So you have reason to believe that the armed group is hiding in the Northern Highlands? Yeah. Seems like that's what's going on. We're currently on our way to investigate. I suppose all our hopes are pinned on this. Very well. I'm extending your deadline to 1500. Be on your guard. Will do. Please do whatever you can to postpone any conflict. So the culprits used to be members of a Jaeger Corps. I've heard the term mentioned before, but I know little of them. Well, they're trouble, that's for sure. Let us handle this. We're not going to let anyone start a war here. It appears that even if I wish to sway you, your minds are already made up. Let me see if I can get this phone to pick up the orbital waves from your Arcus units. Now, you give me a call if anything happens. Thank you, Grandfather. May the winds and the goddess guide you. I'll be praying for your safety. Let's jam. Okay, we're counting on you to show us the way. Where in the Northern Highlands are they hiding anyway? Oh, I think you probably know the place. Back was playing GTA RP. I had to show people I had that dog in me by transforming it into a dog in yelling garbage. Oh Lord. You know that huge statue north of here? Oh, by the way, welcome back, Lord Doom. There's a creepy old ruin behind it, around back. That's where they're all holed up. All right, but before that, let's take a detour and kill a frickin' giant stone golem.
Yeah.
All right, where is the stone golem? Over that way.
Oh, if we keep up this pace, we might make it in time after all.
Not might. We will make it in time.
We will, after...
Whoa.
I keep forgetting. You know, a horse should be able to jump this little bit of a gap. But, whatever. We will make it after a quick detour. How's it going, Rocky?
Be careful, this one
My
looks
turn.
strong. It's my turn.
Let's go to the mall, dude. He was talking trash, and the cops went, I like dogs more than humans. So if he mauls you, I'm gonna let it happen. Oh Lord.
Hang in there. Thank you.
Ah, I used it on the two that didn't need it. This thing should be weak to... nothing. Okay. Clown Solarian.
Arcus,
My
activate.
turn. Lammy. Thanks. Bad idea.
Go.
Rip.
All right, let's do this.
It's my turn. Hang in there. Thank you.
Big boom!
My turn.
Not big enough. Alright, time for big bunk. Ah, I hit the wrong button. I didn't mean to skip the
Here we
fucking
go.
animation.
Arcus, activate. Ha!
It's It's my turn. Arcus, ha!
Okay.
My turn. All right,
Listen
let's do
to me.
this.
I can do this.
Hang in there.
Thank you. My turn. Lemmy!
Oh no, you don't. Thanks. Here we go. Flames, gavel on my strike.
Right. Let's go. Okay. Arcus activated.
Ha! I can do this. Arcus, yes, sir.
All right, that works. Oh, that works, Lord Doom.
That's for you. Ha! Bad idea.
Go. There.
No.
I was gonna say that big boom should definitely finish it off.
Nicely.
Nice.
All right, back to the settlement. Oh, I see you managed to defeat that mysterious creature. Did you all come out unscathed? Thankfully, yes. It certainly put up a fight, but we persevered in the end. Glad to hear it. I'm still a bit concerned that it picked now of all times to appear, but we can worry about that later. Considering the situation at hand, I really appreciate that you were able to defeat it at all. Here, this is for your troubles. Wow, now that's what I call generous. Thank you so much. We'll be sure to make the most of this. I'm the one who asked you to deal with it in the first place, so it's the least I can do. I wish you all the best in resolving this current crisis. Stay safe. Thanks, Dad. Alright, one last time, back to the Northern Highlands. Ah, wrong button.
Let's get going.
The game is on, Lacan is not gonna join the party. He's just, he's kind of like the village guardian, in a way. I don't think he's the chief, but basically he's one of the head honchos, so he's basically there to protect the village, and he's also working with the village to currently break the tents down so that they can move.
The ancient quarry is this way, right? Yep, just round the back of this statue.
Yeah, I mean, we have his son on our team, this guy right here, so, we're good still.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, no, the treasure chest, there's no treasure chest out here in this version. It's the other game I'm thinking of.
So this is the ancient quarry. Crazy to think it dates all the way back to the Neolithic era. Over
I left the
1,000
horses
years
back
ago.
there. Why are we on the horses again?
And that an evil djinn is sealed away here.
Well, that's what the legends say, but no one really knows for sure.
And you're sure that armed group you mentioned is hiding in here?
It seems likely.
Yep, I think they're probably lying low deep down in the quarry. I mean, I know they're here. I saw a bunch of them stream in from the entrance up there about an hour ago.
But how'd they get up there in the first place?
You think they used a rope ladder like the one we found near the mortars?
It's difficult to tell from this far away.
Anyway, we'll need to go in from this entrance down here. Me and Lammy could fly up there no problem, but that doesn't help the rest of you out much.
Well, you have a point, but
I'm not sure entering here is going to prove much easier for us. What do you propose we do about this huge stone door? It doesn't look like it's going to budge.
Come on, get off your horses. Me and Lammy will take care of this door, no sweat.
Oh?
We ought to dismount anyway.
Bonk, 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 bonk.
What?
Amazing.
Thanks, Lammy. Huh? What's wrong? I thought we were in a hurry to catch those bad guys hiding in here.
Yeah, we are, but
what is that thing?
Sorry, can't tell you. That's classified info.
Classified?
We can continue this inquiry at a later time. Let's get inside.
I mean, you could technically call Lammy that. Also, from here on out, I will be running around as the midget because big bunk. When did the boy buy that on PC? I will have to annoy him about that later. Ooh, this really does have that creepy old abandoned quarry vibe. Okay, let's go, go, go. Hey, don't go charging ahead. Yeah, if the armed group is holed up in here, we'll need to exercise some caution. Any more loud noises like that might alert them that we're here. I think we'll be all right. This place feels really vast. And all this dense rock and these twisting passages should dampen the sound too. I think Lammy should be able to smash things without tripping off the bad guys. She may be right. I don't hear any echoes. Though I'm more concerned with the strange wind I'm sensing. What do you mean? I can sense something strange too. Do you think it's... Oh, hello, Golem. Watch out.
Okie doke, let's get started.
here we go. All right, let's do this. All right.
Ah, hang on one second. You are not supposed to be here.
Can you handle this?
I'll take it from here.
I have these things scanned already, right? Yes, I do. Cool. I need to equip a healing ability on someone. Oh, wrong person.
Thanks.
It's my turn. Hang in there. Thank you very much.
Get him! Now's our chance!
Gotcha. My turn.
Oh yeah, no. This game is the character designs in this game are great. The characters in general in this game are great. There's very rarely a character I can say you will hate.
But stay alert, everyone.
Even the most annoying of villains are likable in some way
I feel like I'm growing stronger.
in this whole franchise. That takes care of that. Piece of cake. Still, they seem different from all the monsters we fought so far. Like our orbal arts affected them differently somehow. It seems like this is an area where the higher elements are active. Higher than what? Are you? As you're all aware, monsters may be weak or resistant to any of the 4 elements: earth, water, fire, and wind. However, it seems that here, the 3 higher elements, time, space, and mirage, are also present. Maybe the uniforms themselves, but that's not their fault. And even then, I don't hate them. Well, I mean, besides the midget, for now, everyone is basically wearing school military uniforms. I suppose that could explain the strange wind I felt earlier. Sounds like we'll need to really tread carefully in here. Wow. You don't sit at the top of the test scores for nothing, do you? Well, that's just an educated guess anyway. I'd bet anything you're right, though. This whole area is steeped in ancient legends. I wouldn't be surprised if those higher elements were present here. Everyone, be on your guard. Blah! I don't have a clue of what you're talking about. But we've got Lammy here with us, so there's nothing to worry about. Come on, let's mosey. No, not well acquainted with the concept of caution, is she? Now what is it besides her? I mean, I do have alternate costumes for them, but I like to just keep them in their school uniforms personally. Keeps a bit of cohesion with everything. Ah! Thank you, Lammy. I thought it was... Bonk!
We have the advantage.
Go! There! Go!
Gotcha! Right!
Yeah, pretty much.
Fire! My turn!
El Kabonk!
Yeah. Arcus, yeah.
I can do this! Fire!
My turn!
My turn! Don't mess with us!
Great!
Yeah, when I use speed up, it looks like they're doing a big wiggle dance.
What are those glowing things anyway?
I use turbo for a turbo mode specifically when in combat, because combat is very painfully slow otherwise. Like, next fight I'll show you what I mean.
There!
Now's our chance. Let's get him. Go!
Like, this is what I mean when I say combat is painfully slow.
There!
It's my turn.
Oh no, you don't! Stop right there! Molten Rain! Now! I'll help! My turn! Now's our chance!
Go!
It's my
You
turn.
didn't do the double finisher.
The battle's over, but stay alert, everyone.
And that's why I have turbo mode on. Because that would have been done way faster.
Now's our chance! Let's smash them!
Go! There!
It's my turn.
Fire. Okay. Yeah. Let's keep going.
I'm just getting...
There!
Bonk. Bonk! I'm going the correct way to get those outside chests.
How does that thing even work?
We have the advantage.
Let's see, can I get... Yeah, no, I can't get more than 3 lined up.
I can do this! Oh no, you don't! Molten Rain!
Yeah. Gleaming go!
Yes, sir!
My turn! Okay, it's safe for now. I did it!
I feel...
It's a treasure chest!
I still do not like the way you start that sentence whenever I find a chest.
It's a treasure chest!
Oh hey, the Wiggly Woos are back.
There!
Bonk!
Now's our chance! Let's
Go!
smash them!
Right! Yeah! Gleaming go!
My turn! Get 'em! Don't mess with us!
A matter of course.
Oh, definitely.
There!
Bonk!
Now's our chance!
My turn!
It's my turn! Oh no, you almost in range!
Okay. Gleaming go! Oh, we should be safe now.
This is why I run around as the midget, because even if an enemy does see me, her punch still knocks them out.
Now's our
Thus I
chance.
get the
Let's
triple
get it.
advantage.
Here we go! There! Now's our chance!
Gotcha!
Right!
Fire! My turn! Well, that's that. Let's get going.
Nice.
That one's huge. What do you think they could be?
I don't know, but we'd better...
Wait. What's wrong? Shh. I can sense others nearby. Come on, let us go already. Yeah, we've done enough. I hear them too. No, I hear them too. We're definitely not the only ones here. It sounds as though they're quarreling about something. By the flow of the wind, I'm guessing there are 6 or 7 of them. Wow, you guys are amazing. How can you sense this kind of stuff? It's kind of hard to explain. I suppose you could say I picked it up as a result of my training. It's not something I could really teach to anyone. Meanies, save your childish pouting for later. They don't appear to have noticed our presence. This is our chance. Yeah. Once we're ready, let's charge in. Okay. Weapons at the ready, everyone. First, I need to be Link for a second. Nothing. Dang it. Oh, there's still more. Nothing. Damn it. Oh, wait. Hang on. Oh, good. There was a sparkly. Customize weapons. Save real quick just before going in to fight the enemy. Because I do not want to have to do all that if something goes horribly wrong. Which, if I remember this boss fight, it potentially can. There. Gotcha. Come on, we fulfilled our part of the bargain. Just give us the rest of the money already. I'm afraid that's not strictly true. Your contract states that you will receive the rest of the money when the Imperial and Republic Army begin combat. If this current stalemate continues, we may find it necessary to give them another gentle nudge in the right direction. Ugh, what a pain. But just think, we hold out a little longer, and we'll have more Mira than we know what to do with. You said your name's G, right? How do you have this kind of cash to throw around anyway? How does anyone? I'm not one to look a gift horse in the mouth, but 5 million Mira? Just for the advance payment? That's serious money. You must have some powerful backers in the wings. I believe our agreement maintains that no inquiries were to be made, correct? It would be unfortunate indeed if I were forced to prematurely terminate our partnership due to a breach of contract. Wait. We don't need to know anymore. As long as the money's a sure thing, your wish is our command. Besides, how are we even going to get out of here without your help? It seems we've nothing further to discuss then. Fear not. It won't be long before this frothing pot boils over and the peace of this land is irrevocably shattered. And when that happens...
That will never happen!
Ah, good. I don't have to read anymore.
Where you come from?
Who are these kids?
Thor's Military Academy, Class 7. And you're under arrest on suspicion of an unprovoked attack on both the Imperial Watchtower and Republican Army base.
How fitting, delegating your dirty work to these swine. But your contemptible scheme ends here.
What was that?
Swine! You kids are dead meat!
Ah, yes. That makes sense. You're the students responsible for interfering with our work in Celtic, aren't you?
Right. I did do a good job imitating his inflections without remembering how his voice sounded.
Wait, then?
Then the one who hired those bandits.
Yes, it was I. Did you think the provincial army capable of competent planning and subterfuge? You may call me Gideon, though in some circles I'm known simply as G. That is perhaps as much as you may ever know.
Some circles?
I trust that your bellicose ideals are not simply the ravings of a lone madman, then.
Your name doesn't matter to me. If you intend to shatter the peace of this land, we'll stop you by any means necessary.
Uh-huh. You're all coming with us.
So you really think you could take us, huh?
I don't know what the weird kid's doing with them.
But bottom line, there just needs to be no witnesses. Ain't that right?
Correct. It pains me to pull still budding flowers up by the roots, but they leave us little choice. I'm afraid you already know far too much to return alive. The soil of this ancient land will be watered with your blood before the day is done.
Gaius is really cool.
Looks like they're serious.
Then we'll have to respond in kind.
Alright, let's give them a Class 7 thrashing. But remember, we need them disarmed and alive.
I do apologize, but I'm afraid I can't let you live.
Go!
Alright,
Let's do this. I can do this.
If it wasn't for the way I have characters set up, I'd be using Gaius right now.
Hang in there.
But
Thank you very much.
Milim is the strongest character in the team right now, and the other three I have set up in a specific way.
Lemmy! Thanks!
Yeah.
Oh, like I said, it gets to the point where like there are characters that are just like characters that you can't hate, even if you want to hate them, because they're just like that likable.
Oh, bad idea!
Oh, this is gonna hurt. Yeah, fuck you two in particular.
Right.
fuck the rest of you. Oh, her name is Emma. Time for Big Bonk!
They're only students.
And here comes the giant fist!
Take this!
I can do this. Now!
Here we go. There.
Okay. Gleaming glow.
Impossible!
We should be safe now.
Alright.
I did it!
No way! How could a group of vets lose to a gang of kids still in the throes of puberty?
Oh, I think I know who you are now. There's a mercenary group called Bugbear made of wannabe Jaeger dropouts. That's you guys, right? I guess you were planning to start calling yourselves a real Jaeger Corps after you pulled off this big job, huh?
How do you know about us?
Forget the students. What's up with this kid? That monster of hers is gonna kill us.
Hey, don't you be calling Lammy a monster! Such meanies, aren't they, Lammy?
They're not the only ones who've got some questions about her.
I might have an idea, but let's see how this plays out.
I see now. You're one of the children, aren't you? The Silver Puppeteer, also known as the White Rabbit. Am I mistaken?
Oh, wow, you've heard of me?
I certainly have. And if you're here, this is a chance I simply cannot miss. I'd be pleased to punch your ticket along with everyone else's for a one-way journey to the great beyond.
A flute?
Oh yeah, Lord Doom, if you kind of couldn't tell, this game kind of mixes, like, Nordic and Germanic, like, themes and lore together.
What is that song?
Above us, watch out!
Okay! Time for the real boss fight! Anyone here got arachnophobia?
What the hell is that?
It's the Duke's dearest Freya.
No. Ah! Ah! It ain't him.
Oh, that guy's dead.
You think we're looking at the face of the Djinn from the legends?
Whatever it is, it seems like it's made this quarry its lair.
Quite a hardy specimen we have here. To have survived from the times of antiquity is no small feat. No doubt its long slumber has left it with a powerful hunger. Do be sure to give it a proper meal, would you? Farewell then. May your struggle be mercifully brief.
Did he seriously run away?
A grappling hook?
Help us, please! I don't want to die. Help!
Damn, there's no time to chase after him. We have more immediate problems.
Right. And we can't just leave these soldiers to the mercy of this beast.
Yes, my sword is going through the other guy's leg. It's this is originally a PS Vita game, so I give clipping a lot more leeway than I normally do.
Group A, prepare to engage. We need the...
Understood.
This one looks dangerous. Be
My
careful.
turn. All right,
Go
let's
you
do
do.
this.
I can do this.
Okay, good. Mirage does work, but fire works better.
Arcus activated. Are you alright?
Thanks. I can do this.
Hang in there. Thank you very
Here
much.
we go.
Okay, I can't tell a big enough group to... Okay, good. There we go.
Flames, gamble on my...
Bad idea.
Are you alright?
Go, go, go!
Now.
Here I go. Get him!
I can do this.
Alright, we are going to switch
Sorry,
to
would you
Usus.
mind?
I'll show you how it's done. Now is our chip.
Okay.
Are you alright?
I suppose I should
Oh, no,
thank
you don't. Get back. Go.
Cool. Too far away.
Flames,
Yeah.
Alright, time for the big boop.
Arcus activated.
oh no, you don't.
Go, go, go! Here I go. Arcus, activate!
Very well.
You're in the shore! Crystal Saber!
Ooh! Ooh, that was more powerful than I was expecting. That was way more powerful than I was expecting.
I did it.
Nicely done.
I feel like I'm growing stronger.
Nice.
A matter of course.
Whew! That was a toughie. True, but at least we've neutralized the threat. Yeah, but unfortunately, that man with the glasses got away. Considering the situation, I don't believe there was much we could have done. So, what's it going to be? You can make this easy on yourselves and surrender, or... Alright. But we demand you guarantee our safety. You're hardly in a position to demand anything. If their capture is enough to avert a war, then so be it. Anyway, let's contact my grandfather on our Arcus. He should be able to get in touch with Zender Gate for us. Indeed, we have to let the Lieutenant General know that we've caught them. I wonder if they'll make it in time. If I'm correct, yep. Okay, so there's not much left. There's not much left to this. So we'll finish this off, and then I'm done. This stream went on a little bit longer than I expected. Tank, tank, tank. Sir, I have bad news. We contacted the Republican Army about the group we apprehended, but they're unconvinced that they were responsible. I can't say that I blame them. It sounds as though they sustained far greater damage than we did. Still, does that mean the Republican Army is preparing to attack? Unfortunately, so. I believe one of their armored airborne divisions has completed battle preparations. At this rate, an armed conflict may be inevitable. No. If only we could find a way to negotiate with them. Did you manage to get anything out of those guys you captured? Like who the guy in the glasses who ran off was? No. We know they were paid very well. But we're kept largely in the dark about their client and his objectives. By the way, who are you? Oh, me? Yeah, just who are you anyway? That man in the glasses called you one of the children. I also remember something about a silver puppeteer and a white rabbit or something like that. Very suspicious. Now. What to do? I'm not really supposed to tell anyone about my affiliation. Your what? Affiliation? Wait, are you? You're probably dead on. You finally came. I thought you were never gonna show up, Lecter. Sorry. I had something to take care of over in Crossbell. Sorting out an office with those scary people? Yeah, pretty much. Who are you? Setting aside the lack of uniform, I'm assuming you're also a member of the military? That's correct, sir. I'm Captain Lecter Arundel of the Imperial Intelligence Division. I've come to assume responsibility for the negotiations with the Republican Army. What? The Intelligence Division? So you must be... So you're Captain Lecter. If what I've heard is true, it sounds like the situation will be in good hands. The negotiations with the Republican government are already underway. It'd be in all of our best interests to avoid unnecessary conflicts, especially with the trade conference only 2 months away. His Excellency the Chancellor is of the same opinion. I see. I should have known the Blood and Iron Chancellor's name would surface sooner or later. So that's the stance of the reformist faction's leader. His face might make you wake up in a cold sweat, but he's pretty fun for an old guy, really. Anyway, just leave this to us. We'll have it sorted out in no time. Sounds like you've been taking good care of that little pipsqueak for us too. Cheers, guys. Boo! I'm not a pipsqueak. Oh well. Bye-bye, everyone. It was fun getting to know you all. I hope we can see each other again sometime. Oh, hold on. Wait. Well, there they go. Isn't the Intelligence Division the branch of the Imperial Army responsible for gathering and processing information? They're not as upright as their name might suggest. They deal more in espionage than intelligence gathering. The provincial armies fear them as much as they do the railway military police. Figured as much. I just can't believe a child like her is part of the army. I see. So she's one of the Iron Bloods. Sir? It's quite an imposing name. The Iron Bloods are said to be a group of youths with high intelligence and special abilities taken in by the Chancellor. They work with the Intelligence Division and the Railway Military Police, but they answer to him, or so the rumors say. I wouldn't have dreamed their ranks ran quite as young as that girl looked though. She hardly seems suited to life in a military squad. Yeah, there's something that doesn't feel right about it. Still, it looks like we may yet be able to avert a war with Calvard. Are you serious? I've heard many rumors about that Captain Lecter, Scarecrow, as he's known by some. I'm given to understand he succeeded in almost every unofficial negotiation he's undertaken. And if even the Chancellor himself is taking action, success seems almost guaranteed. 3rd Armored Division, stand down to Alert Level 2. All airships currently on patrol are to return to Zender Gate at once. Yes, sir. We actually get to know why Lecter was late if I play the previous 2 games, Trails to Zero and Trails to Azure, which take place in a completely different story that's tied around the same time as this. I'll eventually get to those games at some point when I actually do buy them.
Precisely on time.
Comrade G, you've done well.
Oh hey, it's Lelouch!
Comrade C, I wasn't expecting you to come all this way.
A leader has to make sure all the gears are moving as they should. It sounds like the plan was a resounding success.
Keep your pity to yourself. Our aim was to stir up a conflict with the Republic that would force him to let his guard down. To that end, this wretched state of affairs could hardly be called a success.
And yet, even this outcome will work to our advantage in the days ahead. After all, we demonstrated that he faces the risk of his ranks being divided without warning at any time. And neither the Icy Maiden nor Scarecrow can hope to outwit us.
You have a point. We should begin making preparations for the next step of our plan. The time has finally come to present ourselves on the world stage.
That's the spirit.
Ooh, boy. At least all's well that ends well, right? Everyone in Group A is safe, and we narrowly avoided war with Calvard. Though I can't say I was expecting the Intelligence Division to show up when they did.
That's our teacher, by the way, Lord Doom.
Airship. Probably one of Reinford's latest models. The military uses them for reconnaissance. The nobles and the rich just use them for fun. But as for how they got one... You wouldn't happen to know anything, would you?
And that's our dorm maid.
You really are a sharp one, Lady Sarah. It's almost troubling. I'm impressed that you could tell I was there.
I'm pretty sure you let me have that one. I felt a familiar sensation, though, just for a second. Makes me think back to this one time, 2 years ago.
2 years ago, you say?
Never mind. But you really don't know, then, where that airship came from?
I'm afraid not. I checked the Reinford Group's manufacturing records and couldn't find a trace. At least, not in the official files.
Oh, I could believe it.
Sounds like Reinford has its own issues to deal with. Well, let's put that aside for now. I'm on my way to the settlement.
To be fair, if I'm correct, I think Sarah's in her mid to late 20s right now. I can't remember.
What are you planning to do?
Well, I would like to give my regards to Master Gwen, so I would like to accompany you if that's all right. I can hardly wait to see the look on Lady Elisa's face when I show up.
Sometimes I actually feel bad for that girl.
That's fine. Alright, finally almost done with this chapter. Just I think this cutscene and maybe one more, and then this chapter's over. Thank you all for everything. I'm so grateful for the kindness you've shown us. I'll never forget all the things I've seen and learned here. Indeed, I feel as though I've gained something truly invaluable. It makes me happy to hear that. That's Gaius' mom, by the way. Bro, Reen, Eustace, Come on now, Lily. Don't cry. Lily, Toma, thanks for all you've done. You have my thanks as well. It was a pleasure meeting you. I'll return again when I have the opportunity. Until then, you've got to take care of everyone here for me, Toma. Yeah, again, I can believe that. Leave it to me. Elisa, Emma, thank you so much. It was great getting to know you. I hope we'll have another chance to discuss sweets and fashion again someday. Thank you again for the wonderful tea recipe. It may take me a while, but I hope that one day I'll be able to make it as warm and aromatic as you do. I know you'll be able to do it. It seems this has been quite the experience for them. Indeed, it does. Still, Sharon's as attractive as ever. But you're quite the bodacious beauty yourself, instructor. Oh my, aren't you the charmer? If only you were a little younger, you'd be just my type. Instructor! And grandfather, at least try and be serious this once. Sorry. Can't help myself sometimes. Anyway, to be serious for a moment here, it would seem you've made a discovery of your own. Yes. I think I finally understand why you left the Rhineford Company when you did. Is that so? You've been with me ever since I was a child, so I think I know as well as anyone how much you've given to the company. Because of that, it was even harder for me to understand why you would just turn your back and let Mom take over. But now I think I finally understand. You left because you truly loved the Rhineford Company, didn't you? Precisely. Since the Orbital Revolution, the Rhineford Company has created the technology that has defined people's modern lives. From railway to heating, orbital cars to airships, even the tanks and guns. I regretted none of them. What I did regret, however, were the railway guns we built 5 years ago. I thought so. With my apologies to the Lieutenant General, those railway guns are little more than the instruments of mass murder. With their innate limits in range and deployment, they have no real strategic value in war. Their sole purpose is as a weapon of mass destruction designed to effectively hold the innocent people of Crossbell hostage. In other words, to stop a potential Republic army invasion before it starts. Nothing more, nothing less. It's an unpleasant truth to acknowledge, but I have no rebuttal. My daughter may have signed off on the project, but as the one who saw them completed, I was terrified at what we'd made. I feared that somewhere along the way, We'd sold our principles and our souls as craftsmen to the highest bidders. When my daughter took over as the company chair, I took the opportunity to step back from Rhineford and really think about where we'd gone wrong, and about how we'd come to this point, and how to make things right. So that's why. I guess you probably don't have any intentions of returning soon. I'm afraid not. All that's happened in the past 5 years has only strengthened my resolve. The company environment, my daughter's leadership of it, things have changed too much. For now, I'll let her take care of things from the inside. As for me, I'll do what I can from the outside to help the company find its way forward. Master Gwyn? I think Thor's Military Academy is a fine place for you to be right now. Huh? No doubt there are still many obstacles lying ahead of you. But when you put your head together with such a diverse group, you're bound to see things you might not have otherwise. Just like you did while you were here. You may be right. I'll do what I can to try and see things from a different perspective than both you and Mother. Both as a member of the Rhineford family, and more importantly, because I owe it to myself. Proud to hear. Reen, Gaius, Eustace, Emma. You'll take good care of her for me now, won't you? Of course. Leave it to us. We'd be happy to. Very well. Grandfather, stop that. I'd love it if Sharon could stay here with me a bit longer, though. I don't suppose I could tempt you to look after me for a while instead, could I? I'm afraid not. I have to return to my duties as Class 7's caretaker. My poor heart! Grandfather, please. It's almost time for the train to depart. You should begin making your way over to the platform. Thank you. Take care, Lieutenant General. Bye, everyone. Bye-bye. May the winds and the goddess always guide you. Farewell. I look forward to meeting you again someday. Goodbye. Thanks for everything. Whew. All right. That was a long one.
Picture on me someday.
And S rank.
These are the best.
Okay, and with that, I think I'm going to end the stream here. 4 hours is a lot longer than I intended this one to go, but I knew I needed to get it done. So, thank you all for coming. I'll be back next week for next Tuesday for more Trails of Cold Steel, but tomorrow I'll be back with Halo 2 with my good buddy Terrell. We're moving things back to 4 p.m. on Wednesdays now that he has the free time. So with that, anyone who's interested, come by tomorrow for some Halo 2, and otherwise, I will see you all whenever you decide to join again. Later.